very likely. I think there might be a remake, so I'm still seeing a couple of people here, there, and everywhere. So we'll see if it is a full remake, because I don't see the full players as this 77 alive. So I do want to double check that. It's still early on, so we can remake and get back in. Obviously, we want this all fair and even.
Yeah, we won't go too much, but as you mentioned, it was a good flight coming in from that side. You do have a lot of people.
Got my hopes up, guys.
It was a nice flight. Accessible. You can easily get down to military base, and we've seen, not compared to what you've seen online, we've seen a little battles go on here and there, and a couple of people going on one-on-one, but you've not really had that mass drop where everyone just thought, okay, we've got easy accessibility to it, let's go down. You got people over at Rush, you got people in the apartments, people on the factory, the police station, just spread everywhere, because online you'll be playing, and there is just bullets, bombs, everything going off around you at Millie Base if you get that good flight path, but it's whether or not it does come in from that bomb.
This is just from yesterday. We can have a little look back at some of the moments there. Big Star and teammates looking pretty good on this one. This was Borg. He was my highlight player of the day. Really stepped up his game from first day to second. Unir being aggressive as ever. Also, guys at home, this is my time to see what you think. This is when I actually pay attention to you guys. You got to use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Who are you supporting today? Remember, it's first-person duos. So does that change your backing? Does it not? Let me know. That's what you're going to use that hashtag for. This is one of the winning moments there. We saw TSM finally kicking into that gear and really shutting down at the end. There's the final moments, of course, of yesterday's game. Hashtag get involved. Hashtag Battlegrounds, obviously, up on Twitter. I'm going to keep my eyes on that right about now. I'm going to sit here and watch. Get tweeting.
I'd expect a few people looking for, here's break. The people that are streaming first person, that are very predominant, saying, okay, this is the way to go. You see them all the time playing it. They have, obviously, away from the stream, they've got to play third person, because tomorrow they're playing for a hell of a lot of money. There's a lot on the line as we move into the squad section, but TSM, they did win a round yesterday. Unfortunately, didn't make it up into that top 4. Can they do the same today? Can Break be the beast that we saw? Dame won. Game number 1, I think he ranked up 11 kills in the solo at the end.
Yep.
It was pretty madness, and he had an absolute stormer of a game. But again, you can see on screen there, Ollie and Hayes, 2 people that you definitely want to be watching out for, and right next to them as well, it's going to be the Luminosity guys. Ninja, another person that will highly rate first person. He comes from the first person background. He comes from the same background that I do. He knows exactly what kind of needs to do.
The console one?
You had to do it, didn't you? You had to do it.
It's nice that you're coming over to the real world of gaming.
Well, I'm just going to put the headset down now and just let you roll with it.
That's
Throw me under a bus like that. Thank you very much.
It's, it's okay. We'll forgive you, and
He's only
won't
taken
forget.
how many years to do it.
But no, we are just remaking as we speak. I'm looking at the hashtag once you guys in Twitch get involved. I'm seeing Mythrain support still there. Break's getting a lot of love coming in. Adren as well.
Ridiculous amount of people who have entered, growing all the different accounts as well, so we really appreciate it. Make sure you're following them on social media. Make sure you're liking this channel as well, because this has been growing at a very exponential rate. Remember, everything that you want to be showing today, you use that hashtag. Right. It's on screen right now. Pansy's going to bring
getting into it. Here we go. So
that.
Adren and Anger getting some love. Andy as well. Vis, I support Pansy, so thanks. That's great. Big Star. Who else have we got? Break. For me, they're the guys that always seem to be there. They're never going to be, completely underperforming.
It went down. It was a moment early on, just to keep surviving. It wasn't even just literally still being aggressive, still racking up the kills in the kill feed and making his way to the top of that charts, and it helped him out. And fair enough, they didn't win it, but they were still mid-tier, still racking up the points, and that's kind of been the story for Liquid so far throughout the solos. Keeping, as you mentioned, just being consistently up there in that top 10 area. And today, again, you can see them on there in the left-hand side of the screen.
Stone Mountain Stody getting a lot of support coming in. See, I like seeing this. I do like it. It seems like as soon as one person says it, everyone else gets through. Gassy Llama, the combination, has some good support. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice to kind of hear that though. That people are actually getting out there. I know a lot of them are actually one of the guys who are coming through the open qualifier as well. There's a lot to be said about those guys. There's a lot of talent, and I'm glad to see. You know, obviously this is still very early in the lifespan of Battlegrounds. I think everyone's aware of that, and this is still that kind of balance of you've got some competitive players here, you've got some influencers here. So the skill disparity is certainly pretty apparent on occasion, not in the bad way, but and I like the way the open qualifier is bringing in some fresh blood too. That down the line. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having teams asking me daily, like, who's a good player, who should I pick up? There's no better opportunity than coming to these events and proving, look, I'm willing to make this sacrifice to come here, pay my own entrance, do all this myself, because once if I win it, and we saw that just yesterday, walk away with a huge chunk of change and your name out there for everyone to see, going, all right, these guys can handle it against people who've already been picked up by some very impressive orgs.
Well, we said this is like the perfect ground for, scouts to be going out there and trying to find their new teams, their new players on there. It's a bit... We're not going to say that these people have been picked just because of the stream. There are people on there that have made a name for themselves. They've been doing this for many, many years. They know naturally they're going to be talented, very good at this. So they have now been getting the organization on the back. They're wearing the shirts. Really quickly to recap our qualified teams so far, we have Copenhagen Flame. That's going to be Avenger and Pony Rider.
Heard a lot about them, actually. People have been backing those guys.
That's an actual Danish team, I believe.
Yeah.
Moving down, Team Legion, it's going to be Sigzy and Roms. You mentioned Roms earlier on, Lauren.
Both of those players have played within the top 100 Euros and top 30, 2.8k ELO, roughly around for both of them. Very, very good.
The Kings of Sosnovka, Mazzarini and Spatch, they're returning again. That's the same from yesterday. Now, to be back-to-back, that's impressive, to qualify twice.
I was a little disappointed we didn't see more from Mazzarini. I always put a high standard on him. As said, he used to play for Power Gaming. He's one of the prolific names out there from many, many years ago. Has a lot of experience. I'd like to see him a little bit more into this because I think he can. His teammate did very well, and I wasn't too aware of him.
And then finally, we find ourselves with Wildcard Gaming. That's going to be Geis and Jimmer. Just really quickly, Adren before this, been no problems, been no issues whatsoever. I'm holding him fully responsible for this.
Well, to be fair, the only PCs that crashed as well yesterday were Lex and Floms. So it is CS players. Like, we've got a problem. We touch things and they just break. So there's not much more to be said about it. But what about you then? I imagine that you prefer first-person perspective, do you?
Yeah, I think coming into it, again, it was... I don't necessarily have the background that you do with this scene and looking at it from when it's been Armour and going through all the reminiscence of it, so to speak. But coming into it, playing third person, yeah, it was fun, and I just instantly was addicted. Like, this game is ridiculously addictive. I honestly have a problem, and fear my wife could be getting rather annoyed at me very, very soon. But
get her playing. That's the only way forward.
God, she despite, like, yeah, we won't even talk about it. It's a very
touchy subject.
That's exactly what it is. No. So we won't go there because she's probably listening in anyway. First person, for me, I love it. It's as simple as that. I'm still struggling, obviously, with... It's more the awareness side, because I've been playing third person so much. In the games that I've come from a background, it's very run and gun. There's that respawn factor of it. Yeah. Now it's not there. It's as simple as you die, you're out. And it kind of makes you more aware. And early on, I think that's the difference what we may be seeing. It's a little bit more passive towards the later game. That's when we start to see the kills flying, see people, bodies hitting the floor, left, right, and center. You'll see that late game action coming. I kind of think that's what we're going to be seeing here. I don't think we'll be seeing just people grabbing a gun, run and gun, hope for the best, because they can't see all angles. They can't watch behind them. They can't sit on a wall and just have a quick 3-peek and see who's down that corridor. If they go down the corridor, they have to be ready to accept whatever's thrown at them. There could be a guy sat around a corner with a shotgun.
The thing is as well, this game will eventually have, down the line, once things even out and, in certain aspects, there will be Pika's advantage. And the mechanics of that sort of stuff I will get into down the line. There's no reason to even, start going into that sort of thing at this point. But I'm going to have a little experiment because, we're waiting for these guys to get back into it. All right, Twitch chat, you're now my entertainment. We're not 100k yet, so it's still, nice and early in the morning. By that, I mean afternoon, obviously. You're going to press either 1 or 3, depending on if you like first person or third person. I just want to see the spam go up with your support.
You're about to kill the chat.
Yeah, I know. We are having a look back again at yesterday's games. We saw Boom being completely blind, clearly having some visual issues, forgot his glasses. Completely ignoring the drop. Oshi looking grumpy after he got banged out. This is Evermore taking down Ninja. And Break there, winning that first game. The spray maybe not as precise as usual, but still standing in place.
And obviously this one from, which kind of became a bit of a meme from Twitch. They certainly, and now we didn't really speak about it, so Chad, obviously game 2 got killed by his own bike. Game number 3 was the first person to die. And it said from falling, we're like, how's he managed that one? Someone chased him down with a UAS. So you die from a bike, and then someone runs you over with a UAS. It just wasn't going well, you can see there, unfortunately. Evermore again, just waiting patiently with that shotgun, banged out one. Now that's a cracking kill.
See, this is fine water play. I'm fine with this. That's nice to me. The way the other game ended.
Evermore's win, creeping up, just kind of the story of what he did previously as well, where he was just waiting for people to take the fights. This one was also the same. You kind of saw a person coming in late game. I believe it was one of the Panda players. 2 people were going head on head. Oh, this is where Oshi unfortunately just got ripped. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. You could tell he's used to playing first-person perspective. I spoke to him afterwards, and I was like, "Why did you take that peek? You know you could have third-person over the top and played it safe. You didn't have to go for that shot." He was like, "I'm simply used to first-person. In first-person, he could have probably had the advantage. The other, there's ways to play it out differently. So essentially, he kind of screwed himself over on that front. So, here's where it is."
And then this was the unfortunate loss for Sakisha. But then you saw you win it from date number 1, Evermore from 4, Entro taking first place in the solos for the Invitational. We are just getting things checked up in the back to make sure everyone's happy and everyone's rocking and rolling.
I actually did break Twitch chat. It's not moving now. It's kind of just stuck.
Percentage-wise, what are you seeing?
I'm just seeing lots of 1s at the moment, but it kind of just like freezes and then catches up. So it's getting there. There's a couple of 3s in there. Thank you for saying 2. Whoever's doing that. Spicy little memers out there. But yeah, it looks like first person dominantly so far. But then again, this is the first person perspective day. So I guess that all the fans of it will be tuning in nice and early. So I do like it, guys. I do appreciate you guys getting involved. And good afternoon to you, wherever you are, actually. Because I've had a lot of North American viewers still tuning in, staying up all night to watch this, or waking up incredibly early on the West Coast. So good job, guys. Good job.
All right, then, guys. We don't want to keep rambling on and keep boring you guys to death. So you know what? We're going to throw it to a very, very short break just while we get these issues in the background.
We're going to break. TSM break?
Hey, you are full of puns. Anyways, we're going to throw this one to a break, guys. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back and we'll get this thing underway.
Sót 3.
And welcome back to the Battlegrounds Invitational, live from the floor of Gamescom. Things are starting to get underway. Looks like the server's just about to get booted up. They are making sure that everything's all right, making sure the players are all nice and happy.
I get worried when I see admins behind one specific player there.
Yeah, as I was saying it, the camera shot did go over, and I did kind of worry a little bit. But let's talk a little bit more about first person.
Oh, they're doing rock, paper, scissors. Hold on. This is very important. Ooh.
This is to decide who gets the Car 98 when they find it, essentially. There you go.
Brand new esport ready tournament finally.
Smack's happy.
Yeah.
First person then.
Good winner.
let's talk a bit more. First of all, let's run through, because we do have some time. Let's run through the differences, Lauren, of first person to third person.
Oh,
where he comes from
you
here.
look through your eyes.
As a player, would you not look through your eyes anyway, even if you look at the screen?
That's like some existential crisis sort of thing. Okay. Who is that player unknown in Twitch chat, by the way? I'm pretty just saw his account there.
Hey guys.
Like, hello. But no, okay, so first person and third person. Third person perspective is essentially your camera is set above and slightly behind your player model. You're able to see in a larger circle around each other. First person, whether it's actually set at the eyes or not, is actually debatable. It's generally a bit lower down on the character model, but you only see it from the first person, i.e. the character you're playing's perspective. That's as simple as it is. You know, you don't need much more than that. Anyway, guys, it does seem as though they are loading in, so I'm damn excited. I finally get a bit of this. And yeah, this is going to get a little bit more fun. One, because for me, sound becomes imperative. They do have the options to choose between the two headsets, of course. That's now player choice, whatever they prefer. You can see some of them still with the standard ones that are giving out the HyperX ones, rather than the sound-cancelling full-on ones. Totally up to the players. You can see the in-ears underneath it as well. But for this environment, you kind of need in-ears under the big headset and then the mic around your neck. So you've got three things going on. It's a lot, I know, but sound in first person is huge. It can give you a massive advantage or disadvantage. You can play in many, many different ways just to allow yourself to kind of get around it. So we're going to see those smoke plays coming in that you mentioned. Yep. They're going to be huge. You're going to see players moving in certain ways to be able to deny sounds and footsteps. Yeah, this is all going to be very, very different here, and I'm so excited. Are we
going to go with the same? Because me personally, I kind of follow it when I'm playing, but are we going with the same theory that the meta's kind of the same? You need to watch this circle, make sure you rotate in a good manner that you can still get in there. If not, try and get center, try and position yourself in a good place that when people come to you, you can just be in cover to nail them.
Yes and no. The meta is still somewhat the same, but it's not as steeply favorable to the guys in the houses. You can still lose out on the house, right? So, for example, the meta is go to the central piece of the map, get a building, lock it down, third person out the window in third person perspective, just prone down and look over. And that's fine. That's totally fine. That's third person. It's not my thing, but it's fine. Now, in first person, it's still good because you have 360 cover, but you don't get 360 vision. So again, you still have to be incredibly aware. It does allow for change. It looks as though everyone's in. 80 alive so far. They're popping into that plane. And EasyJet is about to go flying on over here. As we do zoom out, we need to see where that plane is heading. As we are going for some interesting views here. Okay, so is this a south cut here across it? Let's whack that map open so I can have a little look once we... No, are we? Are we restarting again?
It does sound like we are being fed that information. So we'll hold back on getting into this one. It's rather unfortunate. I'm still holding Adren responsible for
who's broken
jinxing it.
Is that one of the Noble guys? It's one of the Noble guys. Yeah, and they said already, oh, you know, there's never any issues. Oh, it's so good. Oh, the players are just pulling out cables now just to be a nuisance. Sweet Jesus.
Apologies, guys. We will be getting this one underway quickly as we can. As you can see, though, there was a monitor out there by the looks of things. People carrying on playing by the looks, but I suppose keep yourself warmed up. Why not? Keep that mouse moving left, right, and centre. But going back to what you mentioned there, over the finding the position, trying to lock it down, and you can generally see it, and you can't be looking just kind of three-peeking out those windows. You can't be laying against a wall, laid down, looking above and thinking, okay, when he comes around the corner, it's my time to pop. If somebody comes around that corner, you've got to be ready. Honestly, this, you know, Erangel can throw a lot of things at you. And this is the biggest thing with Battlegrounds. You have to be aware. You have to be on your feet to receive anything any scenario, any situation that is thrown. You could have somebody with a level 3 helmet and a shotgun busting through a door, completely blowing everyone to high heaven. Or you could be chilling, things could be nice and quiet. You could have a sniper rifle, you could have an 8x scope, and you could just be pinging people off from a rock side, from a bush side. There are so many different scenarios, and then when you take this into first person, things get a little bit more special because you mentioned you can't be spinning that camera around. You can't just be laid down on the floor thinking, oh, I'll take a quick peek round. If you move around, people are going to hear you. If you want to be looking behind, you have to spin on the floor. You have to turn around. People can hear you moving on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing as well. You make noise when you do this. You can still do the free look with Alt, I think is the default key. So you can still do that. You can still have a little look around, but it is limited. If you want to move, if you make any sort of full adjustments, you will make noise. So yeah, basically for me, the fact is it will amplify a lot of things. It doesn't give you free information for no benefit. So for example, I was watching yesterday as a player, you know, the kind of, not mansion houses, but I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's kind of the red brick houses. They always have quite nice loot to them. I'll point out when we're in game, but essentially it goes upstairs, there's a small landing area, and you can basically camp in the little kind of closet area with the third-person camera, fully able to see people coming up the stairs, getting close to you, and you can just step out and shoot. And you're never exposed, you're never in danger, you don't have to make noise, and there's no way the other player's ever going to win that situation. So for me, first-person, you know, you could still sit in that corner, you could still do the same thing, but you're depending on sound, you're depending on taking the risk, because the other player's going to see you at the exact same time. You might have more awareness, sure, but you don't have the full picture in front of you.
Are we pretty much set on the mindset that people coming from the backgrounds of the first-person shooters, coming from the background of CS, for example, are we looking for Mythic to be going big here? Can you see that being like transferring from that game to this one? And when we're speaking specifically in first-person mode?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
I know it's a strong question, but
it's just almost too specific without having any background on how well they're going to play in this, right? This is the first time we're seeing first person in this environment with the points valuing people staying alive. I think it's going to change a lot of how this plays out and how individuals play. I don't want to just go, yeah, these guys will get this because of this. You know, I think you could put maybe apply that to Cloud9 because they're so vocal about the third person. We saw them turn up into game 2 with it. They, you know, it showed through how they like to play. I don't think there's anyone else's polar kind of applicable to it. I think you'll still see people like TSM more confident now. They'll be more comfortable and they'll be happier. Maybe a little bit more pressure on them because they still will always kind of say that they do like the first person. So there is pressure in that aspect. There is a little bit of, you know, you've got to, I guess, live up to what you're saying and hope for it being a good game. But I think a lot of people want a good game out of this. They want to get aggressive. And again, apologies for the delays, guys. But do me a favor. Just because I'm bored now, you know, there's only so much I can talk about this. How long have we doing this? Is it an hour now? Something like that.
Hey, it's all fun and games.
You know what? All right, guys at home, send me a picture using the hashtag Battlegrounds of how you're watching the stream. Someone sent me it from their office. So I brought up I think it was, you know, the American viewers. I think in like the East Coast, it's kind of getting towards like mid-afternoon, evening. They're like, yeah, we're, you know, we're in the office. We put it up on the screen. I want to see how you guys at home are watching it. Use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Just let me know. I always like that. I might retweet a couple of them out there. You can have a little look at how you're watching these games.
So this guy on screen right now, Cloud9 Sweater, one person to keep an eye on during this game. Came second yesterday during the duos competition. We've mentioned it plenty of times. We know it's getting a little bit repetitive, so we'll try and back off from it. But is a very big fan of third person. Talks about it's all about positioning. It's all about map rotation, watching where the circle's going to be landing, trying to predict some sort of angle of where that could be going from. They had a cracking game, especially when they were going up against Noble. We saw that big rock push when they were looking down in the trees. Fair enough, they didn't win it, but to take Noble and eliminate them from that position, take the high ground, take the gear, then move down, it was a very, very, very big play, a bold play, and one that worked for them. Now we're throwing them into this first-person environment. They're not going to be, I want to say they're not going to be massively comfortable. They know how to play this game, it's an absolute fact, but they're not the biggest of fans. I don't think this goes for all of them whatsoever, because the thing we've seen with Cloud9, there are mixed reviews coming out of them. Some of the players tweet third person, some of the players tweet first person, so a very mixed bag of reviews. Keep an eye on them though, we'll see how they do in the first person mode. Clearly they all know how to shoot. Another team to look out for, Luminosity Gaming. It's a team that's been together for quite some time now. They've done well over in the H1Z1 Invitationals. They've been a team for quite some time now. They've stuck together, obviously moving from a 5-person scenario down into a 4-person scenario now when we move into the squads tomorrow. But again, they're a big prevailer of first person is the way to go. So can Luminosity get a win on the board? Because they've not managed to get one yet. I mean, credit to him yesterday, I believe, was it Gypsy in the end, who was the last one versus TSM, just fighting for dear life inside that building where unfortunately he just had TSM completely raining down bullets upon him. I mean, when you had the 2 people below him as well, which I believe it was 4 intro at the final part. You okay, Sco?
I thought I was the sellout.
You okay? That's incredible. Well, really quickly.
Can I get one of those?
I'm sure Poopy Queen will be able to help you out on that one. We do actually want to get some thoughts from the players on how this is going to be going down, because we are still waiting. So apologies once again, guys. There's nothing we can do about it. We'll try and keep talking. We'll try and give you as much content as possible. But for now, let's throw it down to Cameron and get some words from the players.
I played a lot of third person when it first came out, but so far first person has been my favorite mode. I have a lot of experience in first person shooters, and that's the game mode where I can feel a lot more comfortable being aggressive and pushing on people.
Absolutely third person.
Third. First person.
Honestly, I like third person. First person, without a doubt.
Third person.
Both.
Yeah, first person.
Third person all the way.
First person. Easy.
First person.
Third.
First person.
Third person.
First person.
Third person.
Both.
Definitely third person.
First person.
First person. Third person.
I think first person.
First person.
Definitely first person.
First person.
First person.
First person.
Third person.
First. No question.
The middle of nowhere south of Gatka, so people will leave me alone, and hopefully I don't end up scrambling to find a gun and everybody else has assault rifles and I've got a sickle.
My favorite place to land's got to be Pochinki.
If I'm playing solo and I just want kills, it's going to be school or military. If I'm playing more tactically, playing for the win, it's going to be something like Severny probably.
My favorite place to land is probably Pochinki.
Probably going to be somewhere in the outskirts. Probably George. George is going to give you a lot of loot. However, it has bordered walls and it's very compartmentalized, so you can feel safe while looting.
Wherever I get map control.
Favorite place to land is probably going to be the military base or the school. I like those fast action places and just go get right in there and fight everyone.
I'd say Georgopol. Georgopol is my favorite place to land.
My favorite place to land would be Primorsk or Novo.
Roshnok, probably on the west coast. West coast is best coast. Make sure you go there. It's got all the best gear.
Far away from everybody so I can loot up and then go to the late game.
Military zone.
Right in the middle in Roshnok.
Georgopol on the shipping crates right there. I feel like it's one of the easier places to control, and it's a place I've practiced the most landing at.
Milita. My favorite place is Milta Power.
Mansion.
Pochinki.
Lipovka.
School.
Novo.
Favorite place to land is the military base.
Milta Power.
That'd be Georgopol.
I really like landing in Pochinki.
School.
My favorite place to land is military.
JP, 100%. He just doesn't drive for us.
Probably Chipsy, because he drives a lot and he's probably worse than Ninja.
Solid FPS, yeah.
Sweater.
Either myself or Chappie.
I think Stat is definitely the guy that does the most flipping.
Drifter.
Drifter.
If I had a name named, probably Drifter.
Joey.
It was definitely hotted. Absolutely hotted.
Forsen.
Probably me.
So if one of our teammates flipped the car and got us all killed, there's no question who it was. It was Muzel.
Muzo.
Mitrain.
Mitrain.
It's me.
Probably Moleman. He's the worst driver I've ever seen.
Definitely Moleman.
If the car gets flipped, it's definitely me who's driving.
It's either Reckums, Prick, or Natural. One of them two.
Oshi7.
Me, probably.
If one of my teammates gonna flip the car, it will be Alf Place.
Onuktivs.
It was me.
Break.
This.
Probably me.
Jared FPS.
Lucy May.
Jared.
And welcome back after a very unfortunate break. We can only apologize, guys. We are having some little bit of a technical difficulty in the back, but we do, obviously, me and Pansy want to get this one underway as soon as possible. We don't want to leave anybody out there hanging any longer than we need to. So we're going to throw it to an extended break. And when we return, hopefully we can get this one live and kicking. Don't go anywhere, guys. We apologize once again, and we'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, guys, we are now ready. The teams are chomping at the bit to get into this one, and it is going to be a northern drop, as we can see, heading right down from north to south, it seems. Maybe a little bit towards that ferry pier almost, as well as the final destination, but it means that there's a lot available. You could be seeing some long play as well out towards Novo, Milta, Lipovka, Mansion, all up for grabs if, of course, they get those cars going. But Severny is going to be busy. Georgia Pol is going to be teaming. Pachinki even might have a couple of plays towards it. Zaki is there as well. Many, many options here. But we are finally into this one, it does seem. 80 alive. Hopefully, nothing else goes wrong. So this should be a good one. I'm going to just keep my eyes on seeing where certain people go, see if there's any surprises. TSM, even in their videos, saying they do like going towards Georgia Pol, the safety of it that can be there by the walled off areas towards the north. We are seeing, I think I saw Break or maybe Smack heading over that way. Andy heading out towards the west side. Yeah, so we've got the other TSM boys going for the military base. I'm just going to see if they can get it far enough. They can land if they do the long swing all the way over, or they can go to the 3 garages on its own towards the west side. So a couple of players towards Good old Pachinki, and that's going to be a Dren, actually. The CS boys going for this one, and why not? This is very much their sort of caliber. This is the close quarter combat I'd be expecting. They could also go for the cast. They've gone for the high, I guess it's a high percentage to get this car, but they might not use it. Surprising they go to Pachinki and then just get the car and go. Certainly possible, but you've got time to get the loot going. Try and get something decent. Don't you dare miss that Panda Dren. Get back to work. And a couple of pistols. Even, especially at this point, this early in a game, pistols, shotguns, anything you can gather in the likes of Pachinki is very, very viable. You do have the other Cloud9 guys over towards, I guess, the further east side of the town. So it's going to split it in two. If you look at it that way, Cloud9 probably have more loot to gather. Already got a rifle on Chappie as well. A couple of players split throughout the field here too. And we see the long shoots coming in. Still up in the air, a couple of players. They might be looking towards the east side of Yosnaya. You could have Mansion, Lepovka all available, and a couple of late players coming in here. But all in all, Cloud9, I don't think they'll be messing with Mythic too much at the moment. They're very much polarized to each side. They don't have too much to really fight over just yet until they cross that main road and they head maybe towards the church. But we've got to see where that first circle comes towards. But right now, loot-wise, Cloud9 are far better stacked, both have ARs, and okay, so it's a northwestern circle. So we're gonna have to see movement coming from the south side. We have a lot of the Brit players over there. We've got Oshi, Serenity, we have TSM, but it does look as though Oshi and Serenity might be the first to that military base. I like the way Panda as well, that team, they can head out towards the east, get to Novo. It's a long way, but it's a really worthwhile time.
Tell you what, there's a good grouping over here near Pachinki though. You got several over in the barns, you got a couple just to the east of them also. As you mentioned earlier on, Cloud9, definitely the better geared guys. However, we're seeing a Dren there. Anger still with a pistol. A Dren's finally got himself an AR in the form of a Scar, so he can take a fight should they want to bring it. But honestly, Cloud9 being the players that they are, I don't think they'll want to push it. They'll just happily loot up here. We're just seen a kill actually come in, and that was from one of the players, either Anger or Ponderad, from the Copenhagen guys. The actual crew themselves, the real team that we've seen before, they've just taken down one. So one person's far. Didn't catch in the kill feed exactly who it was, but they do indeed draw first blood. It's going to be a nice auto shoddy in hand as well, just checking more buildings. You can see over the ridge there are several people. It looks like a fight has already gone down on those players. Well, we've just seen on the ridge there beyond the hill in the spec mode, because one of them's half health. So if we move on over there, we'll take a look exactly who's been tanked up, because these guys are just looting, double shotguns in hand. There's no real reason to keep on board with this, so we'll move across, get you some more different POVs at home and see what's going down across the bigger map. If you can actually take a look at the map as well very soon, we'll be able to show you guys more so what's going down in bigger format. 2 people will be running into apartments. 2 people already there.
Don't mess with WTCN at these apartments. Hotted learned the hard way, and we might have some more victims here. You've got Lex and Flom over towards the school. And let's see if one's going to get here in time. If they might just run up on these guys. This could be very awkward. Obviously, they don't know where they are. AR rifles,
they're going to the same building.
This could be a bloodbath coming in here.
As they're walking in, that's Dingus Khan and Juan. We'll see another person in there. Juan's just going to get himself in. He's very, very cautious. Oh, there we go. Bullets come in. He will fall. Dingus Khan goes down. Look for these guys to probably push on this one. They know that if they see one completely undergeared, they'll know the other one will be as well. As we see the other bullets coming in, takes one to the back. They walk in. They're going to use him as bait for just a second. They finish him off now. WTCN takes another face. We saw yesterday these guys were absolutely beast mode. He's running for his life, but unfortunately he could be running into buildings, Pansy, that have already been looted.
He has nothing as well. These guys are hot on his heels, and they know that he's going to have his back to the wall, sweating bullets at this point. And it's just find anything you can. It's so hard to find any gun at this point. He might even want to just try and escape if he can make it. But these guys, they are hungry for this kill. They want it.
The rooms.
Why not? This is their apartments. They've already shown so much dominance. He might just always caught a glimpse of them. So he's going to try and avoid them as best he can, keep them away from being able to be on vision. But did they spot him? I think you're seeing Mithrane there calling it out as well. He's probably spotted this on that wall run. It's a safe run to a degree, but they're closing in. They can smell the blood. He's got a shotgun. He can maybe defend himself, but Mithrane is close. He's closing in as we speak, door by door, step by step. But can Juan do anything to hold them off here?
He's going to sit back though, but he's got that shotgun up close and personal. It's going to absolutely tear these players in two, so they need to be very careful how they approach it.
This is where sound becomes imperative. He's going to hear the steps. He's going to hear the doors. They don't hear this. They're going to go in and be secondary to all of this. So we need to see how loud we can get this one for ourselves. We need to hear it as clearly as we can. He's practicing the movement if they run in.
He's ready for it. He's ready to take the fight. But then again, you've got a bit. He knows that these people are chasing him. He knows they're below him. He can hear them running around. We'll just wait on this one. We'll see where it goes. It might even be able to get you the spec mode up any second, so we can try and get the outlines of where the players are going to be coming.
Here we go.
Look
this
how
is
close
it.
they are.
He set the trap. He's going to get nervous. You know your heart's beating as this happens. He needs to land these shots back to back.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Go back.
Don't you do this. We need to wait. I don't care if there's other kills. I want to see if they check this room, or will he get away with murder? Surely they're going to check on this. He's hearing them so close by. He's practicing that left to right motion, waiting for them to come in, but they're not there. Maybe they don't think he's gone this far. Maybe they're starting to think, oh, he's left. He's surely got to have left by now. We haven't seen him just yet.
And he's not moved as well, so he's given away no sound or indication that he's still in this building. They haven't. They've gone to the little outside one. They've gone. They are completely out, so for now, he's safe. Look, they've no idea where he is. They're crouching down. They're checking all doors. They think he's moved on.
Now, this is the issue, though. If you're let's say you're the more alpha of the two kind of teams there, their looting has been slowed down. It's been annoyed. There's now just a player near you somewhere that you don't know where they are, so now it's going to be awkward for them to comfortably loot. They might just leave the area completely. But then again, this guy, he's pretty screwed himself. He's got a shotgun, bit of armor, not much else, and he's just sweating bullets at this point. Just having to just be calm and just trying to stay alive. And as soon as he steps, he's worried they can still hear him. But 78 people alive here. This action's quite slow. It's still quite timid. And you can see the difference, though. These guys, I've got to say about the Bosphorus team, they are hungry for kills. They do chase it down. They're not going to be passive. They will go for this, and I like that.
Okay, let's take a look at the map then. We've got several people down at Millie. TSM are going to have to do some serious work to get back up there. Spygear and Yamaton also down in Promos. They're going to have to need some moves. We'll bring that map up for a little bit more. We can talk about the bigger picture, try and build up this storyline of where people are going to be going. Obviously, these guys are just going to be checking buildings.
Are they going back in for this?
They want to know where he is, you know? And, I mean, fair play to him. You've got to be worried. But
shots coming out. I'm not sure if they've 100% seen him or not. That could have been elsewhere on the map. Too sure. There's a lot of noise around there. You've got Lex, you've got Flom nearby, you have Moondite and the boys there. They're still on the hunt, it does seem. They're not going to go away just yet. And I wonder if is this the building he was in? Doors are still shut. I'm not sure if he's still looting in this one. Shotgun to hand now, very, very viable at this sort of point. He's going to be checking throughout this one. Not looted either, so he's feeling comfortable. Oh, picked up a med pack. Surely he's not here. Still danger around for these guys.
And that's what you mentioned kind of off there when we were chatting away about dropping certain items at stairs or just leaving them as bait, you know, kind of putting some cheese out for the mice to come to. That's essentially kind of, if he doesn't pick up anything, what he's actually done. If you leave some of the gear there, I mean, he needs to get as much gear as he can. Last time we looked at him, he didn't even have a helmet. So if they come around the corner, they're going to nail him. But he does have a shotgun to fight back with. Plenty of people still kicking around. He isn't actually in the same building. Looking at the map there, so he's kind of safe.
They might just run across each other at random times. It's kind of hard to tell now. There's certainly going to be more action across the map elsewhere as that first circle will be moving in. You can tank this, though. The areas on the extremities of the map are generally high loot areas, so it's very, very viable to go for this sort of play. You can go down to Nova, you can go Millie Base, you can go Lipovka, you can go any of the high areas. I don't need to explain it to you. This is Mazzarini's teammate here, which is called Spike, is what I got told was his name, so I'm going to go for that. If I'm wrong, please do correct me. But as I said, there's a lot of fight capability throughout this map. But the extremities of the map that you'd have to travel to, which now the Blues going to be working through, are high-value areas. So you should have enough medits to be able to stimulate through it, so you should be fine.
Moving in, plenty of cover, and they can just kick back for a little bit, keep on looting over here near the ruin side. Mazzarini, I believe he actually had 4 times on the M4 also, so they've got scopes at least, got a red dot on this AK. So they've got the AR, so they can take the battles if they come their way. I think I only comp for level 1 helmets, but there is a crate over there. Now, I didn't see that drop down, so they are pretty close, but it's in the water. Fair enough, you can actually hide behind it, you can swim behind it, and if you need to go down, you can dip underneath, so you're not going to get shot, but it's getting out of the water, that's the problem. If you go into it, remember, as you wander out of that water, you are sluggish, you are slow, you're just turtling away. Hopping on board with Sweater's POV as well. Does he have his teammate with him?
Pretty sure there are already players around this area. They're quite split up at the moment, but maybe they feel confident about this, and I'm not sure why. That early drop certainly included this area. It was basically polar above them, so shouldn't be too blase. Nice driving. Sweater. But yeah, there's definitely players nearby. Yeah, you can hear him now laying a couple of shots down. I'm so certain there were players here, and there they are. They weren't even the group that I saw at the start, so there's plenty of danger in this area and not a lot of cover to fall to. So you want to get to that kind of, I guess, sanctuary as early as you want, as early as possible, excuse me, so you can maybe lock it down. This kind of northwest area is mostly terrain, unless it closes towards Georgia Polozaki.
It looks like it was actually Yunru who was tapping him up as well. Steve-O's there. They are coming close together. Steve-O have actually got in the car and they're now getting out. Borg's right behind him, so they're driving together, but you kind of saw on the map, they're driving into an array of people. Looks like these people have some sound, have some information. Yeah, she keeps scoping in and she's very cautious. So there must be, you'd expect more people to be up here on this side of the map.
But you need to be this cautious in first person for me. And this, you know, this is on the other side. That, I'm pretty sure that's Vikkstar's teammate on the coast. Yeah, it is. So they're very, very close by to each other. But this is what I mean. You have to be this aware. You have to be this meticulous in this sort of environment. They clearly have been making noise, because you can see there's been a buggy burn into the water and very low HP on Vikkstar there. So at the moment, they're going to be readjusting, maybe just swimming around. They don't need to commit to this. You don't want to die this early. There's no blue to pressure you. You just don't have much cover to play from. Saverny might be there, a little bit of respite there, a bit of escape, because this Car 98 could certainly be the end of them here.
Are about to question whether they knew exactly where they wanted. These were the people that were tanking up Vikkstar, so they clearly have. They've been tapping him. He's had to run away. We're moving on board with Lex and Flom at the moment, taking some shots. Lex knocks out one. Here comes the advancement. Looking over there. It's always in Roz. And you always get this road battle, don't you? People kind of tend to decide where they want to drop in Roz. You can either go to the right-hand side, just up on the hill, so you've got the height advantage, drop back near the barns, or on the opposing side, near the water tower. Now, he's running in. Yeah. He knows that this person's going to be calling for help. But as soon as he gets there, they've got to be careful, because they're going to make a run for it. Yeah, they are.
And you're going to see Vikkstar and the boys making a run. He's going to try and get out of here, but we know the buggy is pretty deadly. His teammate's not in it yet. He's making a lot of noise and not staying still. This should be shot your landing, Flom. That should be every day of the week. What is going on? They're going to try and get away from this, reset the fire as best they can, but the player on the back is always vulnerable. That 4x can still connect shots, get the crouch going. He's still standing in this one. Crouch is the modifier of accuracy. He should be doing this. Try and lead the shots there. Good job! Oh! What? That's what I'm talking about, Flom. Those are the shots I expect you to be hitting, and continues this one up. If he can get another one down, that's perfect, but his teammate is now being basically left to die on the bridge. There's no going back for him now.
Now, you leave that man to die, unfortunately. It's rough to do to your teammate, but that's the problem with the buggies. When you're on the back of them, you're an open target. Driving away, someone like Flom, he's not going to miss an advantage. And when you've got a 4x scope, there you go. Finally, Pony Rider will die. So his teammate left on his own. He's going to just run off into the wilderness. He spots two people, does Flom, though, just wandering around. So that's a different team whatsoever.
They're silhouetting so badly. I don't know why they're playing on the peak of the ridge here. That's really, really dangerous. But as we are seeing, actually, Sigzy and Robbins, the two qualifiers who are very high up, just got found by WTCN. He is playing a blinder of a game. He is just a headhunter at the moment, really providing. This is Moondai. A lot of fans out there very much supporting him, but his teammates down, going in for the revive. Hopefully he can get a clean rev here. You can see a lot of, he was trying to look around, make sure no one's pushing, but this is the danger. You have to take risks in this and think of the reward. Can I take the time to go for this? Can I expend those amount of seconds to go for the revive while there's no one pushing me? Or will I be screwed over here?
He does have full health, so he's going to kind of sit back, get this car. If he can keep moving as well, Killer Kapowski will take out Daz. That's going to be Noble, but Ollie answers back on Noble as well. So that's both Noble guys taken out by two different rosters there. Interesting. Moving on board with Evermore and his teammate. You remember, these guys have switched up duos compared to yesterday. This is now two solo winners playing together back to back. So we'll see how this one pans out for them. They've had some very diverse, I want to say, play styles yesterday in the duos, splitting off. Yeah. Certainly now we're in first person. You can't do that, because if you get singled out, you are going to get trashed. He sees one person, opts to not go for the gunshot until his teammate gets here. I like this play, just wait for a second. Yumru now takes his position. They're actually switching things up, so he's going to go back for the UAF. Yuru comes in, that's why you would let him have it. That's going to be the Car 98, takes down Ollie and picks him up again. Ding,
only with the hollow.
Bye.
That is so impressive with the hollow there, just being able to cleanly do this sort of stuff. Yuru is really impressing me. These are hard shots to hit. They are not easy. You've got to be constantly moving at this elo, especially against people like Liquid, like Ollie. You're not going to be getting away with people standing still. That's why the Car 98, when you bang those shots out, it is damn beautiful to watch. Now the bridges are going to get exciting at this point, because that's going to be the big crunch points. The one near Rozhok is going to get busy, or the southern players coming up towards the north. Here by Georgia Pol, we're already seeing this happening. So this is where you're seeing Lost Aiming and Moondai already in a bit of a scrap here. Now Borg had a blinder of a tournament yesterday. Amazing. He turned things up. He has the cover. He's got the wall fights going on in his favor, so that's going to be something to look at. We've got an AWM coming out for Ninja. Not taking the time to reload it, maybe a fast snatch and grab, getting back to safety. Then he can sort it all out, and that's what he's doing. This is up near, I guess, Saverny in the western side of things. A really nice compound, actually. You not only have the high ground, but you have good cover around you as well. So nice position to go to.
He's going to hide the bike, and he's going to go to one of these compounds. Again, you do have that building on top, and look at that. That is incredible. He didn't have a scope for it, and as soon as he goes into this garage, he finds himself an ACOG. Just looking back really quickly at that shot. Now, this was an amazing play because Evermore said, okay, I spotted these guys, but if I shoot them, they've got a chance to just run away, which is what they would have done if he wouldn't have got that kill straight away with the AR. In fact, he actually called his teammate. Gypsy, though, knocked down one, kills Spy Gia. He's going to get done from falling, so he's going to be going off the back of that. And you can just see the dead body in the car. So a couple of nice kills in the kill feed there for Luminosity.
And this compound, as I'm talking about, is one of the highly contested ones for good positioning. Again, you've got a nice little bit of, almost a ring of open ground around it. You have a three-story building where you get the rooftop. You can use either of these, super viable. And at the end of the day, you get a lot to work around. You've got a little bit of safety, so if people push up, you get to see it. You also have the trees in the distance, so you can cross out eventually in a safe aspect. Very nice building. I like Ninja playing to this spot. Luminosity have a good mentality for that, it seems. Looking over at the Noble side, this is the god tier building, if you want to call it that. Many stories. Again, a lot of open ground around them, so it's good for the Kar 98. Hard to fall off this, though. Open fields around you. There's a little... I guess a defilade, hard to kind of explain more than that, but yeah, Evermore and Unroot just lining up people and knocking them down. Julia and Sequisha now being found by those two. It looks like this is the combination of players that's going to be very powerful, very potent here.
Ridiculous does have the bullet loops on there, so it's going to be a minus 30% reload time and a minus 50% bullet spread. Does only have an ACOG. It's not an 8-time scope, but I tell you what, it'll still do the work. Exactly what you saw with Ninja with the Orm earlier on, managing to go in that building with iron sights and then pick up a 4 times.
I like this ending. It's very open. This comes to very skilled abilities, and I'm glad it's not in third person, so you can't just use the cam to look over those edges. Oh, Break, you are being a git, aren't you? Look at him. This is the TSM that I expected to see. He should be geared up to the teeth. He should be fully geared, fully looted. They've taken the time to do this. Now, it means that they're going to have to get past everyone in the south here in quite a quick manner. You've got Anger still there. You've still got the Cloud9 guys. They're playing it late. They're saying, guys, do what you want. We're just going to get there when we can. We're going to get there when we need to. The other TSM side, they're very close to the Noble boys up in the God tier building. But when you're playing like this in first person, you can do this kind of peek over the top of the ridges, play it out as smart as you can, not use the cameras to do it, but you have to commit yourself to the peak as well. But they don't have the Kar 98. They have the SKS here, but it's got an extended mag. They should be good.
Very clever what they've done by positioning the bike exactly where it is, because it means they can kind of dig in here. They've got full 360 cover. There's a couple of little gaps behind the bike, don't get me wrong, but they specifically packed it there so you can have your back up against the curvature of the wall and just create yourself this little bunker type area so you can just try and ping people, find some faces, find some shots. It's a great amount of cover, but as you mentioned, over there you've got level 3 tier buildings. If the people in there, they can get some easy shots, especially if they've got the sniper rifle. Doesn't matter for love nor money. If you stick your head out, unfortunately, it's going to be good night, bye-bye. Looking across now at Anger and Adren. They're going to get the health back, and they're now inside the circle. They've got a minute. They can chill. I don't really think there's much time to loot. He does need to get himself some kind of scope on this gun, even if it's just a red dot, because we do know how much of a kick the AKM does have. We'll have a look on the map as well. They do have people just in front of them, so they have to be careful. Meanwhile, Stoda's POV, that's an 8 times on an AKM. This could do some very nasty damage.
Yeah, but look at the minimap right now. There's another team watching them, and there's a really nice spot on those ruins just in the corner. It's got full 360 cover, and you can peek up above it. Not as good in first-person perspective as third, but still pretty viable. This is where actually we saw Evermore and Unroot destroying people. So maybe we've got a couple of teams trying to close in on them. They might have already moved, not too sure where they've gone to now. But here comes this. You know, it's all going to be taking buildings, trying to just get through the terrain as best as we can.
Mahopawanga and his teammate as well, they're just going to be chilling for a while, but they are a little bit open and exposed. Fair enough, they do have the height and they do have the curvature. Oh, Ninja spots him. Is that going to be Unroot from earlier on? Because they did have the car, so they may have drove off from it. He's just checking, making sure that he can't see him. Just dip below it. 4 times scope, moves to his scar so he can tag it up, looking to try and take out that tire so they can't drive away, hits the target, and now making sure. But again, compared to where the car is parked, he can't see anything beyond that hill. They can just dip down low and run away if they need to, because if he tags them with this, that AWM, it's a disgusting weapon. It just destroys.
132 damage, rips through everything. You get through level 3 helmets. Obviously limited in the amount of bullets, and that's good. But I think that was Mazzarini's team. They were backing away from this. They don't have the ground. Yeah, it is. So not a bad plan. Try and find somewhere else. Maybe go to the plane crash. You can still see the Ninjas hyper aware of this. But he's in a really good building here, so he doesn't need to move too much.
The other good thing for him is the fact that he has the level 3 helmet, so he can just pick. Oh, someone getting a bit tasty over on the wing of the plane there. Spike's going to happily say, I'll take some pop shot, you sunshine.
Well, he's got level 3 helmet, level 3 vest on Spike here, so he's in great position. M249 not loving it, but the gun is pretty beastly. Lex now caught in a predicament, and you can see the other players just, the ones who've been knocked out already. And Kirby Llama, they're finding Oshi 7, so he's been taken out. He was one of the original players over at the military island. Lex moving into where we saw Noble and TSM. Got his hands out, not got the gun out there, trying to move as fast as he can. I don't blame him, but it's a little bit scary now. Jared this time makes it away from the bikes, but he does have the blue on his back, but he's fine for now. Single fire on the AK, not sure if that's what you want him. Maybe it's how he likes to play. Maybe it's his thing, but here's Interrogate. There's the Noble boys. They're watching for this push-up. This could be TSM, this could be Lex, this could be either of them. This could be game over if they stay still for 1 second. This is why movement is so imperative here. The kills are coming in thick and fast, down to under 60 now. Taking his time until he has the perfect shot here with that Scar. And once he does, he'll unleash hell.
But I tell you what, he's just waiting, so they've got no one else to come. He spots the target. You see that blood coming in. He's going to finish that one. That was somebody
Beautiful
else.
Control.
Potentially could have been his teammate. Unfortunately, that also gives the advantage for his teammate now, who is still alive, to be able to run into cover. But you could see him. He was prized. He was waiting just to get to that right moment when they couldn't dip behind the rocks. Still in the kill feed, Chappie will kill one-shot girl, so she goes down also. That's from the M16. Big battle going on at this little shack, though. I'm not entirely sure how many people are up there. I think there's also maybe an angle that Ninja's got one on.
So you're looking at Jared here, he's not doing the wide steps or the jiggle peaks to bait the shots out, which is a bit of a problem, but actually looking at this one, losing out on your teammates, it looks like that player is very, very diligent, but he's all alone. He's using the area around him, even in first person, peeking up and over from the shed, but yeah, I want Jared just to get involved, and there's no scopes actually put on the M416 here, which is a bit of a problem, it seems. Obviously on the other side, they do have at least a 2x, still on single fire, stimmed up. But the longer this fight goes on, the worse it gets, but his teammate is flanking, which is one benefit here. So this could be a big move coming out. Keep the attention from the player on the rock, just letting shots fly. That's from Jared. The teammates up towards the other side of things, so they should be able to close in on that one. Seeing Andy over here, kind of in a bit of an awkward spot. Needs to move soon as well, 28 seconds.
You did see previously on that last player's POV we was on, he did have the double stim. We're looking for him to try and close that door so he could at least heal his teammate rather than being an open target. But talking about the AWN, 132 damage per bullet, 910 initial bullet speed, 40,000 body hit impact. That gun is an absolute monster, and it's so everything just kind of came together for Ninja, finding that top 4 times in that building as they went to it. Meanwhile, in the kill feed, a couple coming out from these guys, Alf Players and a Nucutive. Takes down Stevo and Killer as well.
So this is going to come down to who has the buildings in this next circle, because it's not going to be a big circle, and there's a lot alive, and this is a lot of open ground. A lot of high ground plays going to come in. So the Noble Boys have basically won the fight against Mythic, but you can see that Luminosity are watching. This is a very hot spot for high-tier players, because this is where the good cover is, where the good ground is. That's where you're seeing the crunch happen here between most of the higher-tier ELO teams, and so forth and so on. Nice approach from Luminosity to keep their backs in mind. A spot of a player, single fire comes out, going to take the time on the tap, and he gets the job done. That's lovely work. I don't think that's even him who got it done, but did enough damage to have the teammate to get a couple of the shots through to do enough. Still, checking for more. He knows it's only a knockout, so he knows the teammate is close by, just on the lip of the ridge there. But the blue is coming in. They've got to just crunch in a little bit, and waiting on the other side of that ridge will be Noble. TSM are down, Breaks knocked out here. I don't think he's going to be able to get the revive on. So again, this is a really awkward predicament. Oh, again, Vis avenging fallen teammates left, right, and center. Not going to let him go down without maybe claiming something back for it.
And he takes out his teammate as well, so that's Vis taking 2 faces. The Noble guy still inside this god tier building, looking over at Panda. We got 117 and Obang here. They're on the hillside. They're all kind of dinked up. Panda will finally be taken down. That's the M16 doing its work. AMPR also takes out Avenger. Obang does take one out on Break. Break obviously falling outside that circle center there, so he will die from the blue. Stone Mountain will also die from the blue. Everyone now starting to fall. Evermore takes out Scoom with a headshot with a Kar-98, so he lands that. 33 players remaining. Make that 32. Jeez also finds Anti-Tinkerbell. Now it's all kicking off. Now this circle's starting to crunch people and really do the damage.
Yeah, let's have a little look at the circle if we can, whenever we get a second to wait, because you've got to see where it's moving next to. Obviously, it's not going to favor the God House. A lot of players dying out of the play zone, it seems. That people, again, if you're hesitant, if you're taking too long to get in here, you're just going to be easy pickings, and there it is. Stay in the blue too long. These guys have everything they need. Oh, great positioning for Spike here. He should land this shot. He's going in with the M249, sprays him wildly. That's a good connection on the second. That's the shot you want. Evermore is down. They have been destroyed. Yunru and Evermore both get picked up. The M249 ringing true. Mazzarini just here for the ride, sitting in the backpack of Spike, who is absolutely geared up. Threes all around, and we are seeing Noble now under pressure. TSM starting to pick apart players, but they should be able to get the revives here. There's fallback potential. 38 seconds, going to go for the revive, safe from most angles, and look at this. There's only really one building left in the next circle. Xeon's already in there. You've got Hayes in there. Cloud9 boys being the patrollers, basically on the very precipice of where people can push in, and not this side of Cloud9 either, the other team. So we'll see what they can do here, having to work their way in any second now, past the God Tier house, past all the other players. This is going to get very, very tough.
You kind of saw him with that M249 doing some work. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the biggest bullet pack when you look at how much damage it does. It's 44 per bullet. As we're saying that, Ninja takes out 2, comes in with the Scar, seals the deal. Borg knocks out TSM, Biss in the kill feed. Also, we're still on board with Ninja with that Scar, the silencer, and the ACOG. Still got the arm in the back pocket, so looking to do well here. He's double stimmed also, so they can get on in, but he's had to leave Chipsy behind, so now he's a one-man band. All of a sudden, Chappie, we're going with his POV, seeing one to the left, one to the right. We'll tack them up, so at least push them back, try and make some groundwork here on this hill, so he's got some cover, but Pansy, he's got the blue on the back, and it's crushing him fast.
He's doing the smart play, though. He's still got a bit of the slow side to work with, so he doesn't need to instantly commit to find his route early. But as soon as you peek up and over, he's against his teammates, and Sweater is there grinning. Great shot from Solid FPS, though. That lands perfectly, but he needs to move. There's no revive in sight. Does he take the shot with him? He does, but now look at his HP. He needs to get in. He has no time to do anything else. Heals straight away. 4 seconds on that, and now we're down to 14. Noble have their backs to the blue, which is good. They've got a bit of cover. Let's take advantage and look around, see where everyone is at this point. Whitey's still up. He was the man making love to that camera earlier on, giving us all a beautiful look at things. So he's got, again, back to the blue, very close to this. He's got the slow side of the circle down towards the southeast, but limited cover, only the dip of the hill. Certainly usable, but again, you're shooting in a very awkward predicament. AWM still in the hands of Ninja. He's going to have to go past this building that will probably have players towards it, or at least traversing through it, hearing these shots. And he should be fine for now, but yeah, lots of players behind him. He could go for an early play down through this if he wants to, but it's very risky.
We will stick in that mode for, Mazzarini.
Hayes, does he know he's that close to the 2 players? There's 2 players right behind him. That's unbelievable. He's playing the other side of the rock, basically, proning down, listening out for steps here. And Spike's going for the revive, and I'm pretty sure there's a player right next to them. Yeah, it is. Oh, but what a turn from Spike! Hayes just got decimated. Great connection from Ninja, though. That AWM just lands to the chest of Solid FPS. Nothing to be done. 8 alive now.
And now he upgrades it to an 8-time scope as well, so it's going to do some absolute damage if he spots players, just like he did. Alf players just chilling back because he knows he's in a predicament. There are players just looming on this circle. We're moving into a very tight one. He's going to be on top of a hill as well, so look for some engagements as people start to peek. He does have the shotgun in the back pocket should he need to use it up close and personal. Ninja, though, with the arm, this could be very dangerous if he manages to spot people at range. There's also that 249 still in play.
Ninja's just a solo warrior right now, and he can do it. He can pretty much be the downfall of most players. And oh my god, they just turn around and see him at the worst time. Ninja's just going to be tearing people apart, solo on HP, but he's got to keep moving, find a little bit of safety to fall into, get the heal on, get back up onto a good HP. Matt, look, he's basically decked out, still got a level 3 helmet, decent vest at the moment, got the AWM, and he's got good positioning. So he's going to be the nuisance player, but look at Xeon.
It's probably going
Xeon, are you...
He's getting a vehicle,
Xeon,
he's trying it, but I don't think he'll make it.
Why are you playing out so late, Xeon?
The amount of damage it does, it's going to take him out. So now we're down to 5 live, 2 squads, and Ninja the solo. 1 squad already inside the circle. Mazzarini and his teammate, they're going to make the way there. Ninja basically, he's going to come in at the last second. That's what he needs to do.
Look,
while both teams are going to cooperate at the top and come together, he needs to be that person who comes in and picks them off as they're arguing.
Yeah, he has to be the solo player. Basically, ignore everyone else, play it for the last one, let them fight each other. Basically, he wants to tuck himself towards the slow side of the circle, so head southeast as best he can. They're not watching this right now either, so they've got a little bit of a look towards it, but not much. He's allowing the bait to come in. Lots of fire coming through. They're going to take down the car, remove some of the cover there. And Mazzarini slowly working his way in. This man's been in more LAN finals than anyone else on that stage. stage, sitting out there next to me. He should be feeling nothing but calm right now, but there's nothing but open ground between him and getting to that victory. 5 alive, and the shot comes through. It tags him up out in the open. Alpha's gonna be landing out shots. Beautiful work here. That Scar is so accurate in his hands, but Spike is defending his teammate. And all the meanwhile, we know Ninja is waiting patiently.
He is the one that could change this. He could just creep up like he's doing now. He's letting them take the fight. There's only 4 remaining. He just needs to find some bodies and make sure that this Orm finds its target every single time. Only 4 people alive. He needs to find 3 faces, 3 bodies, whatever works for him, and make sure that these bullets find the target. But remember, Spike still has his M249. If he lays down, he gets an 80% bullet advantage, because that gun, the tripod on the end of it, will come out.
Wait,
he can just
Ninja
lay it
might
down.
be moving in towards some of the already pre-standing players. I'm curious if he thinks there's no one here. No, he's going to run to 2. Ninja! No! He went for it. He gave it all, but he made a mistake. He took the wrong choice out of the 2. He didn't know which side would have had the 2 players to the 1. He took the gamble. He didn't get the win he wanted, and now it's possible. And Spike knows it. He knows that one of the players is damaged. He's moving in now for the kill. 3 players stand. Spike, nade to hand, drops it out. Prays for a connection. Nothing there, but he has the circle. This is his game, surely.
And he has the M249, but he's not going to use it. He's going to stay here with the AKM. Red dot in hand. He did just switch out for a second. His teammate's going to get the revival. Goes in with another grenade, looking for a connection. Did make sure he gets...
He pushed him. He pushed him out of the tree.
Hit him in the head. He pushed him. There goes down 1. Now he can push aggressively. I don't think he's going to have time to get the other player up. Second grenade's going to go for it. Will this find its target? Let's find out. He's going to hard scope in as well, as he does take a poke, but unfortunately doesn't find anyone.
This is what I mean. Spike then going on the wide peak. He's going aggressive.
He's going for it.
He's just playing the time. He knows they could be trying to revive. 16 bullets in the clip, and that's all he needs. Perfect play from Spike. 8 kills. Absolute dominance from the man. Showing exactly what one individual can do in this game, given the opportunity.
Spike and Mazzarini, the kings of Sosnovka, qualifying yesterday. Once again, we see another team, Pansy, that's come from the floor, playing at this professional level. They seal the deal. They take first place in our first-person duo match of today. This is, of course, a best of 3. But those 500 points in the long run, they mean so damn much. That's going to shoot them now up into first place. Bagging that on top of 8 kills also, that's a really nice little buffer of points.
Man, you got to feel for Ninja as well. He was on a complete tear through that game.
It was a great effort, I'll tell you that.
He just took the choice. It was one of 2 options, and for him, he walked into the 2-player squad rather than the solo guy. He had to move anyway, and that was the best cover available. You could see his mentality. It was the correct choice, but you've got to feel for him in that aspect. But right now, those kills were absolutely perfect coming out from Spike. He plays the wide peaks, he plays the timing. That guy is very, very good at this, I've got to say it. On the other side of things, we've got so many qualifiers coming into this, being the ones to really push these guys. I love seeing that. The Luminosity players, Ninja there, putting up a big performance with the AWM. Obviously, Chipsy as well, doing wonderfully. We saw, again, the Liquid guys in there for a long time. TSM being a nuisance once that 3rd kind of circle came in. But yeah, great games all around.
A little bit unfortunate for Ninja. As we said, he went for it, but it was just the wrong person. Definitely the right play to do, get aggressive, and this is what happens with first person. When you're looking at players, you don't give them time to breathe. If you see them bleeding, push it. Push them for the bleed out. Don't let them get the teammates up. Don't let them get the heals off. He turned up, you could see it. They were very, very surprised. Well, you know what? We're surprised again. We've got yet another winner coming through the open qualifications. Let's throw it down to the floor with Cameron, who has the interview with our winners.
Yes, I am here with Spike and Mazzarini from the Team Kings of Sosnovka. Yet another winner from the Open Series. Now, particularly you, Mazzarini, you've been hyped up this whole time, yesterday and today, by Pansy. She's a big fan of yours. You're a Call of Duty, ex-Call of Duty pro. But you were in the duos yesterday and didn't quite show up at the level that you did here. What would you attribute that to? Is it more of nerves, or is this back to the conversation of third versus first person?
Well, it was a different game. We didn't play our game. We played a lot on boats and stuff. We weren't swimmers, but we used the boat a lot, and we were always late to the party. And today we decided to make some big shots and some action, and it played out very well, especially because of Spike. 8 kills. He's a beast.
Yeah, absolutely massive 8 kills here. Even split up between the 2 of you, 8 kills is a lot for a duo, even #1 spot or anything else. Are you hoping to continue this as you said, making big plays in the game 2 and 3 and continue these top spots? Or do you think you're going to start playing maybe a little safer later on in these games?
I think we will find a balance in it. Spike wanna go full.
Just rush, please. Just rush.
He wants to go full throttle, and he's trying to calm him a little bit. So we're trying to find a balance, and we have our pen of luck this time. So we didn't get normal pen because it's hard to flight in the plane. So we got this one.
All right. So, but you were saying that yesterday you weren't quite as warmed up. Are you feeling?
No. We were warm up, but we didn't play our game. We were like too scared and stuff like that. So, but we played a lot with respect to people here, and today we just like went full ham.
You're an ex-COD pro. Are you hoping to maybe go pro with this esport, depending on how big this may or may not get?
I'm old, man. I'm old.
You just won. You just got in first place.
Yeah, but the game is all about RNG a little bit, so that's why we came here. We came for, with hope we will get some luck, and we get it. So, but I'm not gonna play competitively. But the game has potential for sure, if they fix the water.
If they fix the water, that's definitely a point of contention there. Thank you very much. Congratulations, both of you. Good luck in your next games. Now we're going to go to one more break before we go into game number 2 here in first-person duos.
welcome back to the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Invitational 2017 and what is turning out to be a very, very spicy day. We have just seen game number 1 of the first-person duos go down, and the action, Pansy, it was incredible to see and just watch it all unfold. We kind of saw some early kills here and there, but at the end, the circle, it did its damage. It started just taking players, eliminating them from the server, and then when that final circle came in, we had ARs in play, we had a couple of SMGs here and there, we had an ARM in the final 4, we had an M249 in the final 4, and honestly, it was just a crazy final circle.
Yeah, so let's go back to the final situation. If we can play it so you guys can remember it again, and then put your mindset into what happened if this was third person from the other team's perspective. He doesn't know that within this moment, Spike is going to consider pushing. He's doing the nading. In third person, he could have seen whether he's doing it or not. So there's the first player down. That's fine. It's the aggressive move that Spike brings out in a couple of seconds after the next nade I think he throws down, where he starts to be the aggressor. Now, he doesn't know if the other guy's peeking or not, but he's taken a gamble. He's going to take the risk. In about a couple of seconds, waiting for it now, he's considering, there it goes. Now, on the other side of things, in third person, the other team would have seen this and taken the wide peek when it was safe to do so. Now, they were not able to see it. He gets the win for taking the, taking the fight to them, being the aggressor. And for me, I prefer that gameplay. I prefer that, having to be consistently aware of the risks and the dangers. In third person, you would not have seen that final. So again, to me, I'm really happy to see first person. I'm actually so happy to see it work out that way and see the fight happen as it did.
And again, I like how he did it. He just threw the grenade, and you know, quite a few times when you're doing third person, you know they're either going to be healing up or picking the teammates up. He threw the grenade, which is going to make that player step back away from reviving his teammate, and then he has to go back and have another crack at it. In the meantime, he can just push forward. He can get up in the face, knocked both the players out by headshot. So incredible aim from him. Just to throw this one out there as well, we saw Ninja. That was an awesome play. It was the right play to do. He went for the 2-on-1. He went for the spray down. 50-50 challenge. What do? You just go for one that you see first. Unfortunately, he went for the wrong player. But again, it's totally 50-50 and totally independent. Had he got that second kill, because my God,
it was close.
It was very, very close. You're then in a one-on-one scenario, Pansy. M249 and AKM on the hill, ARM down below, but the ARM has to move into the circle. He has to move forward. In that scenario, if it come down to kind of that one-on-one finish, which seat would you preferred to be in?
I'd prefer to be Spike in that situation, purely because I hadn't given my position away prior to that point, which would be the biggest factor. Because Ninja pushed first, he made all the noise, he gave his position up. He kind of then moved into the better position that he was looking to get to. Let's say he won that 1v2. He'd then have the lower, the other tree on the other side of things. Spike would have had slightly higher ground. He could have readjusted, didn't have to play to the same position he did before, but he could have then just sat back. If the circle had gone the other way to Ninja's favor, he could have just lean peeked, wide peeked, and whatever he wanted, jiggle peeked the tree with the AWM, probably would have won it. But where the circle ended up being favorable, at least in my eyes, to Spike, I think that would have always generally gone his way. He seemed like a diligent player, unless you saw a very individual bit of brilliance from Ninja, which is very possible, but it's unlikely. If you put two players at the same sort of level, you'd say everything then would have gone Spike's way eventually. But obviously, Ninja doesn't know where the next circle is. He doesn't know where two players are. It's things like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, that was a really nice piece. But actually, before I take credit for the full first-person explanation, Jack Frags did give a bit of a reminder of that one. So credit to the Battlefield god out there.
Credit where credit's due. Now, we're going to throw it down to the pit, where I believe we have an interview standing by with Tier 3 Gaming. So Cameron, over to you.
Yes, I am here with Cake and Mumino from Tier 3 Gaming. Cake, you in particular, you have been turning a lot of heads here the previous 2 days. Even though you haven't taken a single victory, you've shown to be a really strong contender with getting a lot of really nice kills. But today, you were just telling me how in this first game, neither of you actually got a single kill and ended up going out about halfway through. Is that because you're just not as comfortable in first person, or do you think that was just a mistake on your end and that you're going to continue to look as strong as you have earlier in these coming games today?
It's like always about mistakes. So this game we fail before we kill someone, so 0 kills for both of us. But early days I make a lot of mistakes too, but it's like a good situation for me, and only because of create airdrop with M24 I make kills. Probably if I get my shotgun, maybe I don't kill anyone. So it's like all about situation. I hope next game we both kill most people.
Okay. I will hold you to that. Now, both of you are streamers. You stream Arma, you stream Battlegrounds, is what you were telling me. But you both come from different backgrounds. You used to play Counter-Strike in 1.6, and you used to actually be a StarCraft 2 professional, am I?
Yeah, and Arma 3.
And Arma 3. But for StarCraft in particular, are there any similarities between the two games? Is there anything that you learned in StarCraft that you could actually bring over into Battlegrounds to be a good player?
I feel it's like most different games in the world, but to be a professional in some games, it's like a similar way to play the game. So you try hard, you play more, you think about game, not like very emotional. You try to feel like you're professional, and you must think, and then maybe cry and run around.
Well, hopefully not cry too much. We're about to get back into game number 2, so I'm just going to wish both of you good luck on the next 2 games, and we're going to toss it back to Sims and Pansy while we go into game number 2.
I'll tell you one thing I have to mention about that interview, Pansy. When he mentioned, you know, I know it's kind of my fault here. I'm making the mistakes and not necessarily just throwing it out there, blaming any other products that went down in the game, blaming any scenario or situation that was put on him. He says, look, I made a few mistakes. We didn't get any kills. It's time to reset, refocus, and get cracked on with this thing, which I hold a lot of respect for.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good mentality. We are just going to get ourselves into the next round of things. Excuse me. As we wait, we can have a look down the players. But yeah, so far, all you guys at home again, get on Twitter, use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Thoughts so far on what we've seen? How are you preferring today to yesterday? What do you think of the first person mode? Give me updates. Who do you think is going to do the next, big thing? Who's going to be the next winner in the next round? Looking here over at the Cloud9 boys, do you back them? Do you think it's one of those two? Give me your thoughts. Obviously,
Borg had a banging game yesterday.
Is that a creepy shot on Hayes?
It is.
That's the creepy. Poor guy.
Peering through, just through the little gap. It looks like everyone's getting logged into the server now. We are just going to make sure before saying we go live and before going live that everyone is on. All 80 players are there. And once the plane's up, that all of them are working all correct and fine. Evermore on screen. Thumbs up. Looks good to go. I want one of those hats. If there's anyone out there that does have one of those hats, I do want one.
They're giving out 1080s to the players, backpacks, level 1 helmets. I'm sat here like,
i7s.
Can I get a cup of tea? Nah.
I've seen players with an i7. I've seen players with a 1080. I've seen players with
Player
with hats.
Unknown. If you want to pop on over here.
Throw any of those spare backpacks our way.
Chuck us one, would you? It'd just be nice. They do look cool, though. If you want to check out the players' Twitters, a lot of them got them yesterday. They got some really cool swag.
It felt really good seeing Yuki and THZ yesterday. Like, I watched them, they kind of looked like a deer in the headlights. They were very dazed at the end of the day. They've just walked away with $30,000 after queuing up and qualifying. And then they got given all these backpacks. They got given, I think it was 1080 Ti's at the end, loads of other swag. And it was just cool just to see 2 young lads turning up thinking, all right, we're going to have a crack at this little thing. And to do so damn well and to come out with that first place, it just felt so good seeing them. They look so happy. Real quick note as well, you can see on screen, esl.gg/PUBG raffle. Plenty of things. Speaking of 1080 Ti's, there's a couple of them in there. Samsung monitors, plenty of crates as well we're going to be giving away through. And then we have the i7s also. So make sure you're entering. Plenty of swag. And level 3 backpacks, which, again, we don't have, Lauren.
No, these are things that I do not have that you guys at home can get. So if you'd like to just mock me, just go and get them. Go get all the goodies. As I stand quietly in the corner with my no level 3 backpack. But yeah, let's have a little look. Oh God, wait, why is Moo not there?
Is he resolved? Is he inside? Can we get confirmation that we can keep going? Anyway, let's just talk about this one.
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to attempt it?
I want to see if he gets to the down plane. Oh Lordy.
Poor Moo just left.
He can just go on the spawn island. You have a nice time.
Imagine that. We will get confirmation, guys, on what exactly the procedure. It would more than likely be a reset if he does stay there.
Again, this could be just a player tabbing out and tabbing back in, if I'm completely honest. If this is what's happened because he's done that, I will be tiltorino. But otherwise, this would be a really nice drop. It does seem as though he's dropped, so he did tap back in time. It seems as though he's going to be forced down towards the Novo side. I'm hoping this goes live because we might see a bit of military island, might see a bit of Novo play. We are going to be keeping with this one. Thank you, Moo, for sticking with us.
Let's talk about this one then.
And the TSM boys out towards Milta. We're going to have a lot of kind of southeast action, I can see, and probably Rozhok, School, Pachinki maybe, all going to get a little busy here.
Let's go back to the map because I want to talk about that, especially while this looting phase is going on. Unless there's a big battle going down at School, I didn't quite see how many dropped here. You would expect so. Oh, yeah, we actually have 2 squads. We have Sakisha and Julie on one side, Flom and Lex level 2. Just inside the hallways waiting there. They're already getting kitted, they're already getting weapons. So the players above, they'll be able to get, if you usually got a shotgun, usually got an AR, maybe an SMG kicking around on the roof, you can definitely at least pick up one weapon. Meanwhile, you go downstairs, this is where you get your shotgun. This is early game tactics. A couple of pans there so they can cover their ass quite literally. Nice level 2 vest for him. But shotgun's so important in School. 2 reasons. 1, it's up close and personal, very much in your face. 2, you don't expect people to have that much armor. Lacking helmets, lacking vests, and you can do so much damage. Knocked out MPR's dead already. With an AKM, that's lost him and wipes him out. And now Brick's left last man standing on his team.
He can't go back in there.
Not with no armor and with a handgun.
No, Brick's got to back out of this, and you can see Moondai and Lost Aiming now looking for the follow-up kill, wondering where that teammate's gone to. And Breaks is trying to run out. Squeesha there, getting picked up. Lex with that shotgun, close work, of course. The second follow-up, no more bullets left in this one. Needs to get those shells back into place. 5 now locked in to go. Oh, lovely work as well. Buying time for the revive. You can see the kind of the moment of just kind of knowing, all right, we've survived School, we're fine. That one bit of just one breath basically of, all right, we're okay to keep going.
And now they will do that, get the health back as well, run around, try and find some more meds. Seeing plenty more things go down. We're going to see Pony Rider talking out Avenger. Also, World knocked out Vixter. Is that his teammate, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's just killed himself and his teammate with a grenade?
I have no idea what just happened. It does look like... Oh.
Is this a reset? This gets weird.
Okay, so that's why the message... Okay, that's why they're killing each other, because it's a reset. Do apologize, guys. We're just getting this information now. We will continue play as soon as possible.
You can just enjoy the foghorn that someone's letting go in Gamescom. This is what I listen to. It makes me very sad.
Sorry about this one, guys. Nothing we can do.
Nope.
We'll feed you the information as we receive it. They're going to go for a full reset. We could see in the player cams there were a couple of questions happening, so we knew something was going to happen. Obviously, Moondai... No, not Moondai, excuse me. Panda at the start, Moo having some issues, and now we're moving back. But we'll get it reset and restarted, and we'll crack on with it.
Yep.
Scoom's still got his transfers on.
I want one of those.
Surprised they've not sweated off, to be honest.
It is quite warm in here.
It's very warm in here.
It's warm, it's loud.
Look at that, Liquid and Cloud9 so close together. EU versus NA, it's already begun, Panzer.
It has. Liquid's normally more North American anyway, so it's... Oh, the hordes are getting excited. There's clearly something free being thrown out somewhere at Great Gamescom.
I love how you're coming up with it on, when was it, on Wednesday? How many people just love a freebie? Do you want this USB stick? A million people just appear.
Yes.
It's a USB stick.
I need it in my life.
It's only 1 gig, but still, it's free.
They're all about it. They'll do anything for a t-shirt.
I can give that to a family member as a birthday present, or I could potentially even sell it on eBay for around 45 pence.
The best part is, though, that's recently adding to my anger. I'm only discussing this because we are doing a restart, and you guys at home know that takes about 4 years. So we'll be working on that as we speak, as we slow-mo watch Lex playing the School out. You know, Shroud, I know North American CS out there is dying for some young hope to come through, but it's not you, Lex. It's over. It's done. I'm kidding. I absolutely love Lex to bits. Again, one of the players from COD 4 many, many moons ago. He's a very, very good player, actually. Obviously went into CSGO, but known back in the day for being part of the North American scene in Call of Duty. So, again, seeing these players come back through. All that aside, though, going back to things that have made me marginally grumpy today, people who sit down at convention halls, right? So this is a convention center. If you've never seen Gamescom before, you can probably hear the rabble of people behind me. There's
really
a lot
loud.
of people. There's a lot of people here. It's kind of like an E3, kind of a pack sort of thing. Just imagine a lot more humans. Now, at the moment, we're in a nice area. You know, there's walls around us. It's generally very pleasant. I think they're chanting now for free T-shirt, please. That's honestly
USB.
There it
is. It is.
Yep.
20 meg. Absolutely. Won't even get you 3 photos on it, but they want it. It's free.
Love it. So opposite us, there's the Twitch booth. And there's loads of booths around us, to be fair. But people, for some reason, seem to sit down on the floor and just not move. And I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Imagine you're just trying to do your shopping, right? Imagine just going down, popping down to the shops. Someone in Sainsbury's or Tesco's, any other brand. You know, take wherever you want. Just have a sit down. So I can't get my milk.
Do you know what's even worse than that?
What?
People who actually bring a small stool and put it in the middle.
Oh,
have you seen that?
I've seen it.
Like,
Little fold-out camping ones.
You know what? Great to think ahead. I don't mind you doing that outside, but
yeah, that's
why
cool.
do it in the walkway? Why would you set up a camp and just, you know, start cooking food and building a house? You know, you don't pay rent for that.
No.
Please move on. People are trying to walk here.
But yeah, I do want to know if you guys have ever been to a convention like this, and so you understand our pain. We're only doing this because we've honestly exhausted what we can say at this point. I could run you through the individual stats per sniper, but I just don't feel as though you care that much. And I'm pretty sure at this point, it was actually Spike, prior to this, who actually took down Ninja as well. So he had a really good position watching the cross on the push-up. So it wasn't even the 2 players that Ninja was fighting who got the kill. At the end, it was Spike watching as he crossed over. It might have just been like 1 shot that he hit, essentially, at the end of it. But still, yeah, there's just my grumble for the day. I'll keep you updated if there's anything else that marginally annoys me. But yeah, that's about it.
There is only so many things we can talk about. And we can try and talk as much as possible. And we know that Twitch chat loves us talking and not starting the game. That's clearly why we're doing it.
Well, no. Well, this is what we've told the teams, the production and the players. Don't start the game. We want to talk to the audience more. Please don't think that's true. I think sometimes Twitch chat doesn't understand sarcasm. They just go, she's finally admitted it. We now know the truth. The casters all these years have been holding us back. But we are maybe ready. I'm not even going to get excited until I see them all in the plane. If I see one plane, if one player's tabbed out right now, I will go over there and just clip him around the back.
Don't make me leave this seat.
Don't do this. Just tab in and just wait, chill out. You'll be good to go. Come on, you can do this. I believe.
I'm actually in suspense now whether everyone makes it. Is it like the final circle? But anyway, who are you supporting? Use the hashtag Battlegrounds.
Support the casters.
Let Pansy know.
1 tweet a day can save 1 caster. Casters are for life, not just for Gamescom. All right? 45 seconds, we'll be finding out if this one is going to get underway with no problems attached to it. Hopefully that will be the case. I'd love to see a good old game. We'll start getting revved up once we see them all safely locked into the, I don't know, bit of metal that flies through the sky. You jump out of.
I don't like flying.
That's weird, isn't it?
Never been a big fan. How does that amount of metal fly through the air? So comfortable.
So comfortable.
I had a rough trip a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah?
We had to go through a very nasty storm, and I was scared.
Did you put on the soundtrack of I'm Expecting to Die, so I want to like listen to something quite cool?
I put my hood up and put my head down, and the guy next to me was absolutely in hysterics because he was loving it. It was like a roller coaster ride for him. He had like a beer in his hand. He's like, oh, but hey, this is fun. Like, no, it definitely isn't. Speaking of planes, though, it looks like this one has left the tarmac, so we'll see where she comes in from. Which side's it going to be? It's going to be from the south, so straight over Millie Base, just to the left-hand side of the middle as well. We'll see if anyone does the first to step off the plane, and here we go. Ninja and Chipsy once again being those people that are first out of the plane. They were first out last time as they made their way to Zaki. Oshi7's there as well. Several other people. I'm seeing Moondai and seeing Sigsy, the team that have qualified yesterday. Sigsy actually and Roms, they're going to go over to Primorsk. Muls and Vic, they're also making their way to Sosnovka Island. Maybe they will try and push Novo, because if they come in late to Millie Base, they could be in trouble, Pansy.
Yeah, keep your eyes on people looking at the roads, essentially, because they'll just go Novo. As soon as they see a car, just dive down early, get it, go. That's probably what I'd say the Luminosity guys are doing. It'd probably be the better choice. There's not that much loot otherwise around that area. Yeah, so I'd hope they're going to go for that. It's a good idea to get out as early as possible and just get that car, go Novo, get the safest loot you can. But here comes a spread up, basically. There's no like massively polar places to go to. Georgia Pole will be interesting to see if people actually commit to it. If they go for the early shoot pop, head over there. Maybe aim for a high loot or a high chance spawn for a car.
Sigsy and Rom, as we saw earlier on, making their way to Prim. We'll bring that map up again. I want to see where more people are going. I want to try and build the story here where we're going to be seeing these fights and engagements potentially going down. People already landing inside Pachinki. This is Jimmer, one of our qualified teams from yesterday. Nice, easy way to get a scar off the drop also. I'm actually hearing some shots here. We have a fight, same place from last time. Chappie, the C9 guys, they have landed already inside Pachinki, so wanting to claim themselves as the kings of Pachinki for a second time round. Anger will find himself plenty of meds. Little Red Bull, cheeky Red Bull as well. Only got a handgun, so he needs to find a better gun very, very soon, but he's still got a mini compound. Circle has just popped, and they are at least inside it.
Yeah, I actually like this compound. It's one you can Assassin Creed across all the roofs on. Maybe not for the first loot. It's maybe a nice follow-up to if you get pushed out of Rozhok possibly and then head over. Can be nice, but yeah, he's found a Scarl anyway. He's got a little bit of armor, level 2 helmet. Actually pretty decent all considered.
Did he ignore the angle? He did. He ignored the angle. Come on.
All right, we've still got some shoots coming out. You can see going for the long parachutes here.
Wow.
Maybe heading over towards Mansion, but again, essentially, is if we miss out on the cars, then we will need to have to go to these sort of things.
Imagine if that car's actually following them, because he's following their flight path. Every time they move, no, he's actually going to die. Can you imagine if you're just hunting people down like Chad got done the other day when you just run them over off spawn? But some very long flyers. You can see 3 people still in the air.
Yep. Now one shot going through the motions. Good loot so far, actually. Everyone's getting pretty decent loot, I'm not going to lie. From who we've seen at the moment, no one's really suffering too much. I'm curious to see how the Novo play goes out, because I'm pretty sure we saw Vicstar going for that quite possibly, and maybe the, was it the Luminosity guys?
The Luminosity kind of seemed, they were still flying at the time we looked at it, but you can kind of read what's going to happen, because there's absolutely no way you're going to fly north of the military base and then come in at it late game with 0 armor. Well, you know people are in there.
Ooh, hello.
See you later, my friend. Sigsy with the auto shotgun. Wipes out 5. I'm guessing that's going to be stat rather than 5 tat. Stat goes down.
Many potatoes.
Many.
5 to be precise.
Indeed.
But yeah, good pick up there. Nice little quick kill.
It does so much. The SK-12 just does so much damage.
Early game, it's lovely. Spammable, 5.
It's the range for me. Yeah. Especially when you just crouch down. If you peek behind the door and you just lean, you can literally kill people straight down corridors. Yes, Naya, MPR will be turning up. Brick's already in the buildings as well. One team's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5. Didn't quite catch it exactly. Roms and Sigsy, now they've taken out 1. I believe there's 1 shotgirl's going to be the last player on that team there. So they can still at least keep looting. They get a bit more time. They freed up some more map. Moving across.
Naya play from TSM.
But his teammate, MPR, has only just turned up to it. So I'm interested to see whether MPR does actually have any gear, so to speak, or he's just unfortunately turning up late after a very bad drop. I wouldn't expect TSM to do that.
Luminosity are losing out on players, it seems like, right now. Drassel's down, so's JP. A bit of a scuffle somewhere. I'm not sure where that was, but you can see Break here trying to eye up where the opponents are, just purely because he can see the doors open on the roof side. Probably already has a good idea that people are close by. Listening out for sound as he holds the stairs. Full auto on the Mac 10 on the Uzi, should I say. Getting MPR into a good position. You can see them working together. He can be the kind of more static point and leave MPR to be more mobile, try and flank in towards it. He's going to probably mark up where he's hearing steps or where he expects.
Flank, though.
Yeah.
All the way around. We saw this yesterday from Break, just marking the map. I mean, you do it anyway yourself when you do it. You look on the maps, you drop a marker down, and you give his teammates some information. He's probably gone into that building, though. Oh, the door's open. Did Break leave that open? I would say, oh, he's just round the... He's literally just at the door.
He's right in between them. This could be huge. I don't... There's so many places. He's going to spot him. He spotted him out. This could be pretty much donezo. You can see instantly APR trying to respond to what he does as well. Knockdown means another player close by. He gets the spot as well. APR, what a lovely bit from Lucy Maid, though. Coming around and at least gets the job done, but couldn't follow it up. The sustain not there, of course. Break with a quick revive. I don't know if there's anyone near close by or anything to be worried about. APR should just go into the house for the safe revive. You don't see they're going, Break's just being a bit of a git. No, it's just so you get APR into the safe position. And you might as well use your time responsibly, shut the door, get the revive in.
Exactly. TSM know what they're doing. And you can see there how they kind of called it out together. Yumru and Evermore, again, going for the really unexpected plays all the way up at Stalber. It looks like they've taken someone out on the way as well. Stoda up at the top there, just chilling on his own. Anti-Tinkerbell, Jad FPS. Chilling up here in Yasnaya. MPI, you can see, you did just see that battle go down on your screen. Pony Rider and Avenger also in Yasnaya, so still 3 teams here, still everything to play for. Panda117.
He's given us the old hand cam to make sure he's not cheating. He's gone for the classic. I appreciate that. There's Gassy Mexican. We haven't seen much of this man throughout, but see how he's doing this time. So he's gone for the banana houses down towards the Military Island Bridge, basically. Not a bad shout. I always feel like you get car 98s from it, though. That's oh, but look, he's got company.
Just about to say.
The previous winners are here.
You've always, the one thing I tend to find about this, because there's easy accessibility down to the military base, especially when you looked at the plane route that took, there's always a team seems to behave. And if you turn up late game, someone's like, nah, I'm just going to chill in these because it's so much cover. There's so much containment in them. But you mentioned it perfectly. They have our previous winners. And these guys are super, super aggressive. They've got a cracking shot on them, a cracking nice bit of aim. It's whether or not they know the people on the opposing side.
I'm wondering if Mazzarini now might have spotted out that the doors are open in the other compound. I'm not sure if they have yet. They seem very unaware of each other so far. They haven't spotted it.
He's looking.
And he is looking at it, but the doors are shut from what I can see. So he might go on the he might go on the long way around, which is a really good way of doing it. And it looks like Gassy Mexican and go a look. They're kind of into their looting right now, and you can see the approach. It's very nice. He's not silhouetting on the top of the ridge. He's peeking up and over occasionally, then jiggling around, not going to allow himself to be a static shot. But this is going to be Hayes spraying in, praying for that UMP to find a shot, and it does. Lost aiming, goes down. Headshot to finish the job, seal the deal, and there it is. Dead as you like. Good positioning from him, but you can see this play. Spike seems very aware that there could be people in these buildings.
I love where his teammate is in comparison to him. This is kind of what we saw earlier on coming out of TSM, just two players working in tandem together. As we moved across to his POV, though, these guys know exactly where they are now. They have an idea, or at least they know that these people are kind of creeping up around them, just on the horizon here. Gassy Mexican, he does, and he spots one of them, tags him up, so he's going to be dinked. Takes about 25% of his HP off.
Good work from Gassy then to be able to spot that, react, fall back as well, find a bit of cover. Because the problem is there's nowhere safe to cross out from this position. You can run to the rocks, but there's still a good gap between you and them. And it looks like Spike and Mazzarini are going to take the long way around. They could just back from this fight. They can disengage. You know there's going to take some time for Gassy Mexican, if I can get my words right, and Curvy Llama to understand that they've fallen off. You don't get the full information, of course. So now let's have a little look across the map where else is going on. We still have the Nova, well, not fight, but the loot going on. They're still down there. Gassy Mexican still eyeing up, see if he can spot them out here at this point.
Well, we saw that player pre-stim in there, getting the Red Bull, so that questions it. Are they going to make this push? We know they're aggressive pair, and here they come again. They're coming back for more, unless they're just going to grab this buggy and get the hell out of there, which is kind of looking like the play.
Are they baiting it? They might bait the noise. So Spike might just drive away, bait the noise, and leave Mazzarini to watch it, or they can literally just back off. There's no need to stick around here. There's still plenty of options. And there's players everywhere. Look down at the petrol station too. There's someone watching that. If they go for it, that could be another problem. But they'll probably go to the farmhouse or even just further away, just kind of disengage on this. You're not getting much loot out of it anyway. You need somewhere else to fall back to. And it looks like we're going to be going to... there's a small town here that they can head to. Again, mostly supplementing the loot. You're not looking to pick up masses. At this point, you're very unlikely to do so. I'm wondering if there's anyone waiting.
They're going to avoid it. They're going to carry on. But unfortunately, they've got C9 right in front of them if they go to the next compound. Evermore still chilling here. They were up in Stauber last time we looked. So they've moved a little bit down the hill, dropping a bit of gear here and there, making sure that you can at least tank it up.
Huge amount of space in your inventory for no damn reason, but they do. So you don't need, you might need more than one, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on his behalf, but again, just going to try and give himself a bit more space. But look, we've got another player here. Jared's over here, and so is another teammate. This is a very small compound. It looks like they're keeping tabs on it, maybe, but I don't think you'd expect this. Unit's in a good position, leaving Evermore to do the looting. That's good. They're kind of working in tandem together.
I like how Tinkerbell's looking out from the top of the building, looking one way.
I'm not sure if they're aware at all.
Below him, just looking out now.
But they might have a bit of a block on the vision. You might not have line of sight, just purely because they're playing on the other side of the compound. So it's kind of more towards the south-southwest they're crossing out from. I don't think they're going to be able to see it.
See how this one does pan out. Evermore, time to drive away, which they do. Teammate in the back as well. Let's carry on the loot phase. And they're just going to get the hell out of that town, and that squadron will at least be able to now know that they're completely out of there and gone, so they can carry on doing whatever they need to do. One Shot Girl is on her own. Liquid, though, Mormon knocks out one, takes down Xeon as well with an UMP there. And it almost moves in to 70 remaining. Stoda still up in Severny. Jad will be moving down after him very shortly.
Who's the Milta duo as well? I'm kind of curious who's over there. There's two teams on that one. We are aware of the sound issues, by the way. We'll work on that, guys. Do not worry. Liquid claiming a couple of victims, it seems. Set themselves up in Gatka, in the main part of town, not in just the random fields. And I actually quite like Gatka, even though it's in a very open environment. There's enough cover and kind of foliage, bit of terrain adjustment, so you can actually exit in and out from.
It's this side of Gatka, though. Those bushes, you can just lay down and nobody can see you whatsoever. I've accidentally run somebody over by just turning up to that. They've just been laid down, just being a bit of a cheeky baby. It's like, oh, I didn't even know you were there, friend. I'm sorry about that. I feel quite bad, but also quite happy that I've just run you over. So you've got to be very careful when entering that place. But as you mentioned, it can be very campy because there's a great building that looks out into the fields. The first one that you enter, you can go on the top, and the amount of times you'll see sniper battles kicking off from there. And same place here. You've obviously got the V trenches just behind you. These V trenches, they're quite good for moving up. You need to be careful that you don't drive into it because you will get your car stuck. And now we'll just see Panda Gaming. They're going to wander around and make sure that everybody, this entire compound, is clear. Puts his gun to single fire if he wants to try and one-tap somebody. Sakisha and Julia do have a compound of their own, though, and it looks like Sakisha's actually got eyes on Flom over there. Mythic just on the hill, laid down. I didn't realize they had an SKS in the back pocket also. So I think these guys know someone's around in this compound with them. It'd be great to see on the observer just exactly where this team is in comparison to them, because they're looking very cautious. They're opening and closing doors to try and bait things out, bait some noise, and also cover them, make sure no one's got eyes on them. Liquid, though, will just continue looting. And here you go. Now we know where they are. So Stylish Noob and Shaka, they're going to move into Gatka. But again, this is the building that I was speaking about, Pansy. Liquid are just holding it strong. They can get a full 360 vision. And because it's so damn high up and you do have that wall, it is quite hard to hit these guys. They can crouch down, especially because the guys are on the floor. You won't be able to see them. They can just bob and weave if they need to.
Oh, this positioning is filthy. Gassy Mexican gets sprayed down, as does Curvy Llama. Those two finally made it out of the banana buildings, but got caught in the end. But these guys hadn't really moved either. Oh, and they had a level 3 vest as well. Gutting to lose out on that. That's some really nice loot, but sadly is what it is for them. But these guys were waiting in that gas station, probably hoping for the bridge crosses from the military island, but it looks like Adren's going to be unleashing hell with this full auto any second now. Rifle in hand, spots out one, sprays in. I prefer the single tap, and he might go for it. There it is, Stone mounted on the receiving end. Beautiful stuff. And can they get the follow-up kill? Are they curious if there's another in the car? Where the hell is his teammate? Because I didn't see him, and that was a knockout.
They're wandering around.
Oh, here's the other fight, Lex.
Scoom sees him. Lex is going to fall now. He's eyeing this on the corner. He has to drop back. Flom gets tagged. He's now going to round the corner, see if he can make sure he's not getting flanked whatsoever. Will he get in the car? Will he just drive away? Because it's a 2 versus 1 scenario. He's already tanked up. You can hear in your earphones, you just see the grenades are going to be coming in. Down goes the smoke. Another explosion as well, and yeah, it's time to run. I'm not dealing with this one. I am gone.
Gets into, oh my God.
Where's that from? That's going to be from round the corner, so that's the initial team we were talking about.
Yeah. So they found an angle.
Cracking shot.
But again, at this sort of environment, you're going to be getting easy revives on that. You'll lose out on helmets, which is going to be a huge issue down the line, but you should be getting revives as you are in cover. You can fall back to that, but Gatka seems to be this hot kind of property right now. And I'm kind of curious as to why, but nice shot from Shaka to land it, just nice and clean. We know that Mole Man as well as players who will not stand still. He's very, very versatile, very good with his movement. So again, that's a big factor in this one. Let's see who else is alive here. Is the circle now looking quite dominating. See Stylish Noob very keeping a lot of tabs on it. Doesn't want to lose out. So like Liquid doing the late loot over towards Milta. We do have a bridge battle going on. If we could check into that one, I do want to see this.
Miles away,
yeah, we can leave TSM to their own devices. I'm wondering if maybe Vicstar and Musical are going to be on top of the bridge possibly, or how they're playing this one out. We've got Oshi and Serenity having to traverse that on the way back. I do want to see what's happening on that bridge. If we can get a look towards that one eventually, that would be lovely. See what they're up to over there, because that could be a crescendo point. Panda are moving into the other Panda team though, so a bit of a Panda battle going down here. This is Ninja actually in the boat, and they're not actually on top of the bridge. I thought they might have been climbing that one, but no, not going to go for that. Who's over there going to be looking up for any other players, but no, he doesn't spot them anymore. The bridge already going to be certainly contested, but they've already got their way out of there.
They're going to beach that and move up, which is fair play, because they wouldn't have moved anywhere else. They would have been able to get taken down by Musical waiting. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be Interrogate, taken down by Viss. Still getting tagged up. Edaculus knows that the players are there, so he needs to be careful. Will lean round, tries to get in through the window. It was an absolutely fantastic effort. Meanwhile, though, there's still this one-on-one battle. They're cracking at each other left, right, and center. He does poke out, will jump back again, tags him up, takes down Viss himself. And now we move into this one-on-one. This is going to be crucial, because whoever wins this can revive their teammate.
He's gone for the spray, he's got the AK. It takes one clip to just completely destroy any car. He knows it. Good work from Edaculus to adjust to the tree already. Smack needs to land this shot, and fast, there it is! You
Jesus.
can bank your house on those sort of shots to come through from Smack. That's the consistency you can expect from a player of his caliber. One of the winners from only yesterday's games. And that's how you define these matches out.
Pokes through the portholes in the window. We're going to see several other people go down as well. WTCM, that's going to be taken out by Jimmer. So now Mithrin, unfortunately, he's going to be eliminated also. You can see there, Jimmer doing some serious work. Flom's POV trying to get a long distance tag on the U as it works away. You hear the shots cracking off in his headphones as well, so he knows he's got people close, but my God, that shot, incredible, through 2 portholes, finds the head, just peeking behind the tree, and down he goes. Cracking win there for TSM. They'll get inside the hut, they'll get the revive as well, and now we're just going to be going through, floating through people. Cross noses a crate there, you can see the red smoke, so he's just trying to bait this and see if anyone wants to try and challenge it. Meanwhile, on Mooselek's POV, Vixter's down, but they have really separated with the look of it.
Yeah, I don't think Big Star's going to be able to get much of a revive here unless there's a bit of a hero work coming out.
If he drives over and gets in, that would be...
Could do.
He could do it.
I don't know why he's leaving it.
Oh, he's like, no, I'm sorry, but come out.
Oh my God. That's Game of Thrones style sort of, knife in the back there.
Brutal, man.
He could have done that so easy. There's time on the circle. The players weren't even moved in yet. That's cruelty. That is just damn,
he could have packed
cruelty.
He had the wrong coverage. He clearly didn't have the information of where those other players were. You know what? I don't think he would have just leaving, so Vix probably said, no, go, get out of here. You've got something decent. He does die. You can see it there on the screen. But yeah, we're just going to go back and take a look at this replay because they could... the tiniest of gaps. Give the man an inch, he'll take a mile. Brilliant shot.
Oh, dear. Well, now let's see where the next circle is. That's what our eyes should be now put towards. Heading up towards, closing in on Gatka. So this could be a big building sort of battle. Trying to claim the safe territory, essentially, is going to be the name of the game for now. Until, of course, you have it. 60 players alive. Lots of fire coming through. That car's looking a little bit, broken at this point, down to very minimal amounts of health.
If he goes up against someone with an AKM or anything else that fires 7.62, remember, it is only a full clip of ammo. 30 bullets will blow that thing up. 2 people here. Looks like Anger and his teammate Adren have just dropped in with the UAs and just said, okay, we're going to go in the tunnels. We're going to wait for people to come to us.
It's actually a decent bit of play. If you slow walk up the side of them, you can walk up the steps. You don't need to go to the extremities of them to use like the ladders. People often get confused in there, like, well, I can't leave, and they're trying to like sprint up the side of the kind of, I guess the long lines of trenches there.
Oh, someone's going to come behind him.
He's going to be walking right into the trap. Adren's just going to say, look, you hurt your teammate. He's given us, a little bit of a backhand. He's given us some in-game items. Sorry, mate. We're going to take you down.
Now, the interesting thing is that he turned up in the UAS. Now he has died. All these guys have seen this in the kill feed. So now C9 knows somebody's lurking down there. They've been given the information. They've heard the shots fired. They know someone is peeping and creeping. So they're going to be extremely careful. Back to Spike here. Does have the AKM, has the silencer, and still has that scope. At least if he wants to take any one-on-one battles, he can do. It's on a full auto spray.
Yep. Here it is. That's him walking in, unawares, not even pre-aiming the right sort of spots. Nice adjustment quickly, though. He actually almost got right up to the spot, but you've got to be pre-aiming. And look at this battle. There's 3 teams in this tiny area. This isn't even the main Gatka area.
Still not moved,
Mazzarini and Spike, they are in real trouble. They're going to be making so much noise here. And this is the Panda crew. The whole Panda team is here. Oh God, they're in the same place. This is going to be horrible to plan out. I don't think Spike knows this.
They've closed every single door. They've completely baited up this building. They've
not
moved.
Will they expect it? Did they hear something? I think he might have heard something, but there's 2 players' eyes trained on this. I wouldn't want to be them right now.
Look at him. Okay, so they have information. They must have heard something. He's going to poke up. He sees one. Drops back. Fair play to him. Will now move away. Those players have no reason to rush. They're like, okay, we need to run out of here. But they don't realize there's people waiting outside. They're going to fall. Brick takes down 2. Thankfully, Mazzarini's still alive. Only just. So many people inside these compound. Both Panda teams. This team also. And again, when this circle moves, it's going to more than likely force them all out. The push back to where they started. Brick, though. TSM, that's them playing the late game, coming all the way down. Have a look at his Team Liquid over here. Ollie's got a level 3 helmet on as well. He's in the driving seat. They're going to get tanked, though. Hayes gets hit as well. His health goes even more down. They need to find a compound. They need to get healed up quickly. They're looking, though. They're questioning, where do we want to go at this point? They're going to move to the slower side of the circle. More than likely see them bail. I very much doubt they'll drive in, so heavily tanked up. Still, Adren and Anger just chilling in the Hobbit Cave. Fair play to them. There's no reason for them to move whatsoever. You don't have to do it. Serenity and Oshi still alive. ACOG on the M4. If that's got some really good gear, like a stock on it also.
This could be nice. Good tag as well towards Steve-O there. But she has the blue against her. She's got to move herself in as quickly as she can, and she knows it. You can see the panic there. She knows that she has to make a move soon. They're not that close, about halfway. You can see the running man midway through. Oshi is going to try and quicken this up. She's going to hold the angle so he can't peek, but Oshi needs to alleviate the player by the tree, find him as quickly as he can. Otherwise, they will not be able to move. There it is. Suppressors on board. Land the shot, Oshi 7. Otherwise, they are going to die. Knocks one out. Steve-O down. Where's the teammate?
They're working in tandem, though. They're working as a duo, and that's exactly what you need to do. And now be telling Serenity to move into a better position so she can try and tap this guy and force him out. Oshi on one side, Serenity on the other. This should be good night, bye-bye. Finally, he does drop, and now these guys can move. Meanwhile, Spike's trying to flush out the Panda guys. 9 times out of 10, that always bounces back and hits me in the face. I've killed myself so many times. It's not even funny. Mazzarini and Spike need to be careful, though, because remember, we've still got a Dren camping the caves here.
Look, there's players everywhere. This is what happens when you put this game into a LAN environment, lots of pressure, and you value the basically staying alive to the very end. And oh my God, they're seeing them all. The spray comes in. Mazzarini's found Borg. He's looking for more. Spike is there in tow, but they split up. Could there be players here? They haven't cleared these buildings all that meticulously. There could be problems everywhere, but they've just got to commit. They have to find somewhere quickly. The revive's coming up, and look how low Sweater is as well. This nade could be deadly. It goes in. No, excuse me, there's a smoke. This could buy time. This is going to cover the sound. He's going to go on the flank. You can see how aggressive Spike is. This guy wants blood.
But where's the Dren? In all this time, where are Mythic? They're still in these tunnels, I believe. We need to get that Observer POV on just to show exactly where people are, because C9 are trapped down there. We've got Mythic down there as well. In fact, no, they've moved on to the next set of tunnels. They've moved up. C9, though, will get their health completely back, and now they're allowed to move forward. Mazzarini and Spike do have the backs to them, so if they go forward, they might be able to get some easy shots on them. They're now poking, they're now peeking, so they've read the information. They're going to go in the hut, they're going to get ready, they're going to lock the doors and just hope and pray to God that they walk on by. Nice 8-time scope coming out of a Dren. Just watching those tunnels. He knows that C9's over there, and we still got 3, maybe even 4. I'm looking forward to seeing where Liquid prop up from as well. We saw them drive out to get their health back, and they'll eventually work their way back in, which is exactly what they're doing. In fact, no, this isn't the roster.
This is such a nice position, actually. Moment spot here. I actually like this whole ridge line. It's got great cover to it. You can actually play off the back of it. A couple of shots here, there, and everywhere. Got a suppressor out as well. And you just get really good vision. Once that next circle moves in, he'll have safety from the kind of east. So you've got to watch the east for a little while, basically wait for that to push up. Once you get that, no players are left in there, or you imagine no one is, then you can move on. But look, we're going to see Noble, and now look who's moving towards it.
But look who's in front of him.
There's going to be a 3-way fight. Basically, Liquid shouldn't be involved into this. You're going to hear it behind them, though. Mazzarini going to be surely going to be found here. Yeah, Daz is doing the job, and yeah, these guys are going to spray in.
That's going to be Liquid finding so many people. Ninja finds Stutter as well. Liquid finds another one. Spad answers back and at least takes out a Noble player. And that's going to be Boom, also falling to the hands of Scoom here of Team Liquid. One player just driving around, being a nuisance on the buggy, making lots of noise though, so they're giving more information. You're hearing the shots. If you can hear them, they can hear them also. But look how many people, they're just over the ridge.
Oh
3
my
teams
God.
all lined up. Make that 4.
Look, I knew this was a good position. I don't like seeing that many people there, but here comes the kickoff. They are somehow in this fight. I do not know how they've managed to survive this long, but the Blues moving in. He's got to run, but look at this fight. Everyone's terrified. Cloud9 have the buildings. Liquid have the ridgeline, the trees that contain players as well, but Cross managed to find them, so it does seem as though the Cloud9 boys are going down as we speak. Scoom spraying in, hoping for a shot to find itself, but we have 40 players alive in this tiny, tiny area.
This is nuts. I can't, you know what, when you look at this, look how close they are to one another. They must absolutely know where people are. We'll see Sakisha knocking out Cake. Serenity has finally been taken out by the play zone, so she must have fallen earlier on. Either that or they just didn't have the vehicle to get up there. We'll also see Flom dying from Daji. Oshi dies as well from the play zone, so they two just couldn't get back in time, which is a little bit unfortunate. And now we see Ninja. He knows where these guys are as well. He wants in on the action. Thankfully, him and Chipsy, they're both still alive. They've got plenty of time. But look at Stylish Noob and Shaka Pansy. They have absolutely no means of escape. If they go left, they've got C9 to deal with. If they go right, they also have Yamaton there as well. We'll see Sigsy, unfortunately, taking out Molman.
Yeah.
So Scoom's in a bit of a problem. He's throwing down the smokes, trying to get his teammate to crawl back in.
But there's nowhere safe. With this many people alive in this area, someone's got a line of sight on you. He's going to take the risk, take a gamble. He wants his teammate with him. That's completely fine. No one's going to make active moves here. You can see the Panda guys having to throw themselves into the action now. There's still a lot of teams towards the north, and we are seeing a lot of kills come through. TSM losing out, I think, on 2 players there in the end. So they are going to be just forced to make the moves eventually coming into this circle. Everyone left towards that northern side. They've got to work their way in.
Ninja takes out 2. I believe that was both 117 and Obang, so both of them will fall. As we did just see, 2 more players. That was, I think it was Smack and Viz, if my memory is not mistaken. Yumroot and Evermore still alive. They're outside the circle. More than likely watch these guys to get fully tanked up and come in at the last minute. Oh, there's a reason they've not moved, because they've got Sigsy and Rom in the exact same building.
But you don't get away with this camping style for long once that blue circle is going to move you out. One of these 2 teams is going to destroy each other. They're playing for the long game, which is fine, but they've got to take the fight right about now. And there's no third person in this. You've got to just get in and check what's in front of you. Yumroot's going to have to do the same. Again, they're taking their time on this. They've got the slow side of the circle, but they can't sustain it for long. The kills are coming through here. Yeah, there it is. Shaka again, going to be making the kills count towards Drifter. Ninja still alive, finding a couple of kills here and there, but Evermore has gone down. Knocked out for now. Ollie's on the run. He's got to move as well. Scoom closing in towards the circle, find a bit of safety, waiting for that circle to close in so he can get himself some sort of modicum of any safety in this situation. But we're seeing, this is what I mean. It gets so manic at this point because people are playing so campy. They're scared of getting into the circle early, taking these early fights. You're left with 30 people. So 22 now alive. Quick kills come out. Ninja now eyes it up. He's in a good spot. Lots of cover around him. Lots of bits to work with. This is nice. The circle's even good as well going forward. So him and Chipsy, I got to say, positioning, if they can try and close out one side of this, they're in a very nice spot here. Forzen a mile away from this. Tinkerbell up in towards the north. You still got TSM. You still got Break alive in this, trying to fight his way in, but they've still got so much room to work through.
The blue is taking so many people. He's causing so many fatalities here. You can just see them, 1, 2, 3, all dying from outside. Meanwhile, Liquid, they're still staying alive. It's a good job from them. Mumino, you saw him pick up a couple of kills earlier on. He's moving towards that slower side of the circle, but he can hear it in his headphones. Honestly, these bullets and bombs are just going off left, right, and center. These guys are starting to go into panic mode now. There's only 18 alive, and this is coming down to a very small circle. He has been seen. 1, 2, 3. He gets tapped. Scoom says, see you later. He goes down, and now we move back to Jimmer. We'll see exactly who's around his POV. Just hiding in the long, tall fields, which is fine, but he's going to have to move, Pansy. That circle's going to come in 30 seconds.
He's hoping someone else goes first, just to get a better position, basically, on the leaderboard, which is, it's understandable. I don't blame him, but bit cheesy, as is most of this. And Dingus Khan gets found. People playing towards the blue side of things aren't going to have a nice time. How is this guy alive? Do you remember at the start of the last couple of games when he was ones in the buildings, taking his time? He's had to stay alive for a long time here. He's worked his way right through. Again, Luminosity playing this smart. They're still being quite aggressive. They're being clean in the way they're clearing out certain positions. Spray comes in with that silenced up Scar. Great shot comes out as well from Chipsy. That's the Liquid boys. Mole Man again suffering. He's over there with Scoom. The final kill comes out, and it looks like, again, I've got to say, for me, Luminosity are in probably the better position. I don't like how split up they are. It's quite a risky play to make. But at the moment, if it works out for them, who am I to doubt it?
I mean, maybe they know exactly what's going on.
Meanwhile, with the spray down, this is what I want to see. Stimmed up, he needs to move, though. He knows he's got to run his way in. Trying to go to the slow side of the close as much as he can. Stay as much onto this, because that double damage is coming in soon. He's going to just about make it. Prone down, get to the grass, because you're going to see these shots coming in. As soon as someone spots you out, they want to take you down. Every bush, he's checking for it. Scoom wants to try and get another kill. Oh! He finds Break as well. Break, there's no rest for the Wicked here, my friend, as the reload comes out, and Scoom now looks for the next follow-up. He knows he's surrounded all fronts. He's all alone. He's very much isolated here. And the man who's probably to take them down, or the team, should I say, is probably going to be Luminosity. Ninja and Chipsy, they have been absolutely dealing death throughout these games. 11 players now basically left in this, and the circle's on the other side.
You know
and it's
what?
going to clear out all the houses.
That's the problem, though. They have to run into all these people, Pansy. We've got several people just laying down still, being that nuisance, keeping them up in the top area of the map, but just making sure that they stay alive, and that's exactly what they're doing. When they go through and when they approach this, they've got so long as they go to the back, you've got Jimna on their left-hand side, you've got plenty of other people on the right. They need to make sure they choose the right path, because if they don't, they are walking into a wall of people. And while all this is going on, you look at Scoom's POV. He has his circle. He has it on him. He has the coverage in front of him, but more importantly, he has the slow side to his back. So he knows nobody's going to be there. He can just sit here and hope that everyone kills each other.
Do you know what? Ninja at least is going to play as much as he can in this one. He's taking the aggressive fight. He spots out one, gets the tag, gets the frag. Stylish Noob goes down, but there's players everywhere. This is mayhem. How is he going to get out of this? Gypsy's under fire. Oh! He delivers!
Amazing!
Somehow he's doing this. 2 kills for him on the run now. Needs the crouch jump to come in. Needs to get to a bit of safety. Oh, God, the blue. This is absolute madness.
It's murdering people. They're all moving forward. Amazing work from Gypsy to get that double. Does spray them down. Scoom finally will get seen by solid FPS from Cloud9, so he'll also going to fall. Meanwhile, Gypsy, he's managed to at least keep himself alive. He's moving into the circle area. This is a great position. If people do wander by the house, he can mow them down. He's inside the circle. He's got the cover, and he's double stimmed up as well.
He's got to wait to see if anyone's dying to the blue, if there's any more skirmishes to happen. Find one bit of safety. Which angle am I safe from? There's 4 other players in this area with him. Right, Gypsy, just to his right, we've got Jimmer. 2 players still alive for Cloud9 as well. That's solid FPS, and Chappie, you've got to feel they're in a good position here as well, closest to the circle. The other players towards the extremities, they've got to run through the open, or should I say snack through the open. So this is going to get very, very hectic, very, very fast, and suppressors in this environment are absolutely key, because you've got tiniest amount of space to be able to be seen from or to shoot from, and they're going to try and dominate as much of an angle as they can safely. So they've wiggled their way in. These bushes might be good enough for them, but look who could be watching. If he stands up, if he spots them out,
Cloud9 don't even know where he is.
No one does.
No one knows where anybody at this moment, but I've got to give a big shout to Gypsy. That kill to get the spray down for the second one was huge, because that's put his team up even further into the point bracket. Now people are going to start to move. We'll see the crawl. The snake is going to come through for Avenger. He killed him. He took him out. Gypsy goes down, and that's Jimna. He finds him as he wanders into the circle, sees him with his back. So unfortunately, Luminosity have gone, and now we're into a 2 versus 1 versus 1.
All right, who's going to show the hand first? This is all it is. Who's got the most stim? Who's the bravest at this point? Because eventually you get tired of doing this prone game. And that's all it is. This is going to be the prone game. This is what I said about the first person snaking. It happens and it's fine. Like, I don't mind it. But the next circle that pushes them in together is going to be so tricky to work around. We've got to stim up as much as possible, because it will do one more circle and then it just closes in on one position. So here we go. We've got to wait for this one. So if you've never been in these situations before and you're wondering how this works, essentially there's going to be one point and the blue will close right to it. Everyone has to run at each other. So whoever's the most stim will have the most sustain. Or you just go for the kills as quickly as you can. And there's one. Chappie does find Jimmer. Now we're into a 2v1. My word, this is getting a little bit tense, to say the least.
This should be in Cloud9's pocket. They're going for the aggressive push. They're all peeking up. Yep. They're kind of trying to find him. They should be able to see him. He's got height advantage. He might be able to catch a glimpse as soon as he does, though. And he does spot him out. That'll be 2 people raining down bullets. I like this, though. He can at least play him.
He spots them. Okay, no, he needs to play a smart game. He doesn't need to take the instant fights. He needs to know where they're going to move from, so when he stands up, he can just pre-aim that spot. Simple as that. Now, if I'm Cloud9, I split up slightly. I put myself into 2 positions. He has no boosters, and yeah, that's what he's looking at. They're all looking for boosters, because that timer is running very low. The circle is going to shrink, and it's going to be absolute madness. 4 auto time is about to kick off. He needs to land these 2 shots very quickly.
They've got an idea.
They're working it out very slowly.
He's still looking at the opposite side.
So he knows where solid FPS is. He does not know where Chappie is. Chappie will probably be the guy who gets the kill in the end, but it's all on him to make the play.
They're both the opposite way.
All right, we've got to wait for that blue to move. Once this starts to go, it's going to kick off.
Okay, so they're both spun around on a pinhead, so they're both thinking, okay, he can't be on this side. We checked every single bush.
And it's fast as well, this blue. It's not slow.
It's gonna push, and it's gonna hurt. You've got to move.
He spotted out Chappie. Right, he knows where both players are now. He can either take the fight now, or he knows exactly where they both are once that circle moves in. Yeah, you can see him pre-aiming it. He actually might have this in the bag. This could be so sick.
He has the information. This could be the best 2v1 we've ever seen. He has the information. They still have no idea where he is. This is the sneakiest thing I've ever seen.
All right, when's that circle?
Oh, no. He's go for it. Go on.
No, he's waiting so patiently. They still have not seen him. This is outstanding stuff from this guy. Pure patience. And when that minimap updates, have they spotted?
So someone scoped in on the opposing side on this area. So yeah, they have. They know where he is. They did just catch the side of him. Solid FPS comes in. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Cloud9 take game number 2. They literally just saw the shoulder of him. Avenger poked out just a little bit too much, and you kind of saw what he did. That one player scoped in, they both backed off, he called for some support, and then both of them like, okay, he's in this bush, just melt this kid. Game 2 goes in their hands.
Yeah, that was actually pretty tense though, but you can see the difference, you know, a second it can make. If he took that fight initially, if he tried to engage, if he was hoping for the long run, but a second that they saw a glimmer of it, they had to take the fight on it. It was too much RNG up there, was too much risk essentially would be left over, too much that they couldn't define. But nice play from him, smart play. Probably quite disappointing for him because, you know, he had chances. He had so many moments during that game he could have unleashed, maybe found one, knocked the other, gone for the aggressive play. So we've seen two polar kind of situations work out here. First game, 2 players alive, 1 knocked out in a bit of a situation. Spike goes for the aggressive play, pushes, it works. Second game, more passive. He tries to bide his time to the very end moment, which is just as viable, but they find him and they kill him. Maybe a little bit too passive, a little too patient. The snake doesn't always win.
It was that there. So
yeah, there was enough to be seen.
They kind of copped something at the start, and they both just pushed back on themselves and said, okay, we know exactly where you are now, my friend. We've been hunting you down for quite some time, but unfortunately, this time is over. You are over. But it's Cloud9 who are victorious. Let's throw it on down to the stage, to the pitch. Gentlemen, how are you feeling after that win?
Yes, indeed, by Chappie and solid FPS from Cloud9, who did take the victory on game number 2. You just said that you're really hyped up. You don't look very hyped up to me. But the adrenaline kicking in. Well, the adrenaline, okay, no, that's fine. Perfectly understandable. So how was the ending of that game for you? Because the commentators were all there, the spectators, we were all watching, and you just couldn't find where that last player was. What was going through your heads?
Well, we knew he was prone somewhere. We just couldn't see him. Like, it was really hard to see. I don't know. Some of the settings we're running on it's just really hard to see in the foliage when they're prone like that. But yeah, eventually spotted him when we were on the ridge there, and that's when I called out to him to rotate over to me, line ourselves up with him so I could get him on the same page as me, because it was really hard to see him. And then from there it was easy.
So wait, you're telling me you spotted him for a little bit before you took fire?
I initially spotted him in the bush, and I backed off the ridge, and that's when I was communicating to him, because I didn't think that the guy in the bush had actually like realized that I spotted him. So I was trying to make sure that we could both like shoot him at the same time, basically, and like guarantee the win.
Yeah, set up a crossfire rather than just taking multiple 1v1 duels, essentially. How was that the game as a whole for you guys? Like, what was your initial plan when you first got the drop, and what were, I guess, the key factors into how you got to that very end position that gave you the first place win?
I would say early rotations probably gave us that, plus a lot of good circle RNG at the end. And then once basically shit hit the fan at the end, we used that to our advantage, pushed out of the house, secure position, killed Scoom, and then as people slowly rotate over to us, kill them too.
There, at the end there, in that particular area, there was a lot, because it's very rare for, not very rare, but it's unlikely usually for buildings to have that much of an impact on the final few circles that close to the end. This time we saw a couple of huts still in there pretty close to the end. Because of that, we saw a lot of chaos near the late game where we cleaned up the last couple of teams leading up to the 2 or 3 at the very end. Is this sort of chaos, is this a environment that you guys feel like you thrive in, or was this really out of your comfort zone?
I feel like we're fine when it comes down to the end game, and chaos, it's something that, I don't know, happens all the time back home when we're playing online. End game's usually pretty chaotic, so we're pretty used to it.
So, your other members of Cloud9 got 2nd place yesterday. Are you feeling amped up? Are you feeling like determined to beat them and take 1st place on here today in first person?
I think the overall goal is just to have Cloud9 placing in the top 4 or 5, whatever it might be, for every event. So we're definitely happy for our teammates yesterday, and we're definitely motivated today to get ourselves up there. So.
All right, well, good luck to both of you on the last game coming up. Before that, though, we're going to go to one more final break before we get into it. First persons here at Gamescom.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Gamescom Invitational 2017. We have just seen Game 2 go down in an explosive fashion. Plenty of people going down to that final circle. Quite a lot of deaths coming out of it, but potential for a 2-on-1 scenario didn't turn out in the end, and it was C9 that obviously came out victorious.
Yep.
Just a wild game, and just kind of shows you and puts it really into perspective, Pansy, how good first persons really can be.
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying first person. I don't actually like the kind of grass endings as much personally. I think it's a little tricky to work around, but that's just personal preference. I know a lot of players actually really do enjoy it. But for me, it was very tense again. I think you get to see more skill here. I think players need to stop playing so scared because, again, you're seeing... So in third person, for me, players were able to get to the top 5, top 10 being incredibly passive because you have the third person view around you. You can be far more calculated in that aspect. But it doesn't necessarily, to my taste at least, show what I like about the game, which is playing for number one, for those skills, to get to the top position. Now, in this one, you're seeing the players of a similar nature who were playing for that long game, the long con as such, not having the same sort of advantages. It's mostly going towards the players who are having higher kill counts, and that's being shown so far. For me, I think, again, players need to pick up the pace a little bit. Having 40 players alive in that tiny circle we were basically on was ridiculous. Right now, C9 at the top, Mazzarini and Spike in second, Luminosity third, with Chipsy and Ninja, and so forth and so on. A couple of newer names coming in as well, which are always nice to see, not just the same players from yesterday and the day prior doing well in this.
C9 then will stamp the ground at the top of the board with 720, gives them quite a bit of bufferage, to be honest with you, as the next people down below them do have 646. Let's see, Luminosity, they are very much within a chance of winning this. Also, Ninja and Chipsy, 640, and then we take a bit of a gap there. That's going to be over 100 points between Jeese and Jimmer. Moving down, we carry on in the 400 bracket, Avenger and Pony Rider, and then we move into 7th, 8th, and 9th and beyond. But if I'm not mistaken, it's only top 4 that will be paying out $30,000, exactly the same as yesterday, to your first place. Second place will walk away with 20, third place with 8,000, fourth place with 4,000. Same scoring system. Obviously moving down through the ranks, points for your placement where you are, and then for every single kill that you get, it's going to be 4 additional points. Moving in, 16 through 30. We're not going to run through them all. This is just there so you guys can visually see where people are. But now, knowing this, the game of points begins. I know everyone obviously wants to scatter for that top point, but when you we look back at day number 1 with Evermore, for example, being able to think, okay, I know where I need to be in this table. I know what level of points I need to be gaining in order to win this thing. Ninja's already put a tweet out saying, look, we need first or second if we want a shot at winning this thing. Cloud9, though, they've got that good buffer. They're at the top there. They're standing strong. They need, I think, if they get second themselves, I think that's pretty much sealed the deal for them in comparison to everybody else. So a lot riding on this final game. Still anybody's game whatsoever. There's no clear winner, and it's going to be a fun one. Remember, you want any social media, you want to be joining in, give us a follow, Pull Battlegrounds, and of course Play Battlegrounds. Also, if you want to give us any notes, if you want to throw us your teams out there, who you're rooting for at home, any mad clips, make sure you use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Also, there is a giveaway, and that will be popping up on your screen very shortly.
Oh, yeah.
People do look, it's a lot of fun, you know? It's an awful lot of fun. This is a lovely little arena. Everyone's diving in, 80 players.
He looks asleep, but everyone else is having fun.
We're having fun.
Oh, he's woken up. Are we? Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Well, look, I just want to get in the games, you know. This is why you normally have an analysis desk. You know, it's like, guys, talk nonsense for like 5 minutes. No one really watches it. Don't let Yanko or Chad know. But, you know, we can normally just throw it over to them. Not the case, but one thing we do have is an interview on the floor with Vicstar, if I'm not mistaken. So I wonder how he's getting on.
Yes, indeed, I am here with Vicstar. Mr. Vic, you are a pretty popular guy. Oftentimes you've seen your name just blow up in chat. But for those minority out there that don't know who you are, do you want to give us a little introduction to who you are, what you do?
Sure thing. So I've been making gaming videos on YouTube for 8 years now, and I pretty much cover every multiplayer game that is whatever I can have the most fun playing. I record and post videos of it, and people seem to enjoy them, which is awesome.
how are you liking Battlegrounds compared? I mean, obviously you like it because you wouldn't be here if you didn't. But like, how is it compared to the other games that you've done videos on?
So Battlegrounds I absolutely love. Of course, that's why I'm here. It's a great honor to be able to play with all these incredible players and be here doing this. And for me, yeah, it's probably the game that I'm the most into right now. Having played so many games over the years, it's been a while since there was one that really kind of captivated me. And I think there's so much to it. That's what makes it so entertaining to play and to watch. It's always something different. You'll have heard kind of everyone in the interview sections here saying that it's that uniqueness about it that I think makes it so rewarding, and that huge skill curve. You never really stop getting better at the game, and I think that's so addictive and enjoyable.
So you are a YouTube creator. You make YouTube videos that's related to live streaming, but it's not exactly the same because it's not all done live. It's in your own little office, doing your thing on your own time. This is obviously a big, giant step away from that. What is this experience like, jumping from making videos to being not just in a live environment, but in a live competitive environment?
For sure. So I do actually a combination of the both. I do live stream content as well as videos, but it is mostly video content, and it does, take away a lot of the pressure. There's, a nice thing knowing, oh, if this goes awfully, I can just pretend it never happened. Whereas, yeah, here in this environment, there's a lot more pressure than I thought there would be. This is the first time I've ever competed in anything remotely competitive with respect to gaming. It's always been the entertainment side for me. So trying to do entertaining stuff in here as well is very, very difficult. We managed to ramp a UAS onto a building in the final zone in yesterday's tournament. So doing stuff like that is kind of very difficult. And it's, yeah, a lot more pressure than I thought it would be. Some of the players here are incredible. And just seeing them play kind of reflects that.
I had a question, I just blinked on it. Would you do it again? Would you do this again? If asked to, of course.
Definitely would love to get involved in more stuff like this. It would be cool to see a tournament purely with entertainers playing, because it is really difficult going toe-to-toe with the professional players. As someone who's not really had time to practice much playing the game, especially in a competitive environment, I have a lot of other games and things that I cover, so I'm not able just to play the game all day every day, which is what a lot of the pros do. And obviously it pays off hugely for them. I think that would be definitely interesting to see the way the playstyle differs with entertainers playing in one game and pros playing another game.
All right, well, good luck to you on the final game as well as the squads on tomorrow. We're going to go back to Pansy and Sims one more time while we go into game number 3 to finish all this off and crown our winner. Back to you guys.
We most certainly are, and it's going to be a heaty one. Everything on the line. Cloud9 at the top, Luminosity Gaming just behind them, and then plenty of other teams still within that first place bracket should they get a decent finish in this game number 3. And speaking of Ixter, yesterday we were looking at kind of his stats and how he was doing. We were saying he's had some really, really good games, but then again, this man plays everything. He's played every single game I've ever seen. He loves a good challenge, and even saying it might be nice, still putting up decent numbers against players that are a much higher skill level than him.
Yeah, the thing is that there is a big difference between people who are purely entertainers and people who are wanting to be competitive players, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's two completely different styles of content creation. I think there's room for both. I think you see obviously the disparity of it when you get to these sort of levels, and kind of different people liking different things. But at the end of the day, I really like watching people like Dr. Disrespect, for example. I think he's really funny to watch. But then if I actually want to watch someone who's good, no offense.
Wow.
Look.
Wow.
Look.
You're gonna
I'm a member of the Slick Daddy Club, all right? I pay for the right to be abusive. No, but he is a very good player, very diligent. But if I really want like someone who's kind of the more extreme level of being a better player, quote unquote, I'd be looking at Break maybe, or Shroud at the moment has been absolutely tearing people apart. The more time he's put into streaming now, it's just like, damn, that guy's kicking off.
You see the clip that was tweeted out the other day where he literally lands on School, and I think it's don't know how many minutes, 9, 10 kills, just walks around and cleans house.
I think he's such a mechanically good player.
He loves to take a fight though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's incredibly
not one to
aggressive.
sit back.
And at the very start of the game, before people worked out how to do like the spamming, even when you don't have it on full auto, for example, you can shoot incredibly fast. If you watch Shroud even back then when he was playing with Skadoodle, just playing on Twitch, just casually playing, the guy was just an animal. Like really, really good. He's one of those players you can just watch and think, all right, that's very nice.
The one thing that I get from watching Shroud though, when you watch him, it doesn't look, and this sounds strange, but he doesn't look like he's trying. He's so calm, so relaxed.
He's Shroud,
he's just not sweating. He's just, he's dead.
Shroud has no emotions. I'm certain of it. All right.
He's incredible. He's an awesome player. And when you watch him, it's just like, oh, You've just pistoled someone with a shotgun in the head, and now you're still alive, and now you're on your 5th kill, 6th kill, you're racking him up, and it's such, as you say, it's just such an absolute treat to watch. But this is going to be our final match of the evening, guys, so make sure everybody who's watching Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, no matter where you're watching across the world, YouTube gaming, grab your phone, tweet the stream, use the hashtag Battlegrounds. Let's get some big numbers across these streams. Let's break the records. Let's get plenty of people watching, plenty of people involved. Make sure you tweet in, make sure you Facebook in if people still do that these days. And of course, get involved in the raffle that's on screen right now. ESL.gg/PUBG raffle. TIs, i7s, crates, cases, we got everything. And the game's going to be starting in 7 seconds. Let's do this thing.
All right. Time counting down. 1 more second. Final game of the day, of course, guys and girls. So this is all that matters. Use that hashtag Battlegrounds. Get involved with us. Let us know your thoughts on who's going to walk away with this game or the overall game.
You've got a Zaki.
No.
You've got a Zaki going straight across diagonally middle of the map. So aiming kind of towards Novo. Nobody jumping out yet. Just as I say that, they finally go. I was hoping for some early jumpers that may have gone to Zaki, but they're not. George is going to be rammed. A couple of people will. That's going to be Noble making their way down to the crits. Smack and Viz are also there, probably going towards the hospital side of Georgia Paul. Few people moving middle. Here comes Pachinki. The jumpers will aim to look for there. Few people as well. Fair few going across. May make their way over to Rosok, get a bit of a long flight. Maybe even get a vehicle, make their way up to Yasnaya. But military base Panzer, it's there, and there's a lot of people who are starting to jump.
Yeah, I'm looking for a lot of military base sort of attention here.
Oh, look at them all.
Novo as well is going to be very much contested. You can easily jump to that quite comfortably. That's not even going to be a problem. Again, if you've seen the players going towards Rosok, you think it's going to be busy. Don't think that just yet. There's the higher chance spawns. There's 4 car spawns around there. They're the higher chance ones, so you're more than likely to see people split towards the east. Head to Yasnaya, Stalber, Mansion, Lipovka. That's where you got to keep your eyes on. Georgia Pol will be busy. Probably not towards the crates these days. Oh, look at this, though. Look at Georgia Pol is kicking off very early on. Noble are down here. TSM are down here. Shaka's there. Moondie's in on this one. Everyone's gone for this. Only one team so far going to Zaki, and this looks more like a normal game here.
Lex and Flom land inside school. They've got it on their own as well. Mithra and WTCN, they are inside the buildings, just on the towers, but they've got 2 people bang opposite them. We'll move over to George. Smacks down in the water. He must have been pushed back. Dingascan's tinked up. We'll go on board one of these players. It's going to be I Am Lucy May. These still are over at school, so we need to get eyes on George because that's where the kills are going to be coming from. These people at the moment, they do have a set of people over there, but I very much doubt we'll see any early engagements. But saying that, Mithrin and WTC, they have been hyper-aggressive. Meanwhile, Lex and Flom, they can just chill. They can get geared up. No one's over here at school. It's going to be that George area. There was, what, 5, 6, maybe even 7 teams potentially?
The thing with Georgia Pol is there is enough kind of boundaries there. You see all the walled sort of environments. You can isolate and you can kind of make your way around that. You don't have to take instant risks, or you can get run up on, obviously, but sound is imperative at this point. And okay, we've seen WTCN and Mithrain here both being very diligent at playing from this area. We saw them banging out shots towards the school not too long ago, so keep in mind they'll probably win out on this battle. But let's have a look at the spread over here so far. Ooh, I spoke too soon. I'll never do that again. But yes, there's a lot of teams over by Georgia Pol right now.
We'll see what comes in as we scope out, and now scope in. Here we go. So military base. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 people down here. Anyone over in towers? I'm taking a quick look. It looks like nobody's there. No one's looted them yet, so a good even spread. A couple of people over in Nova. 2 people down in crates. That's going to be Noble also in crates down on Georgia Pol's side. And at the moment, we're just trying to fan things out, see where people are. C9 down at the bottom. That's going to be Borg and Sweater playing the late game all the way down in the south. 2 teams over at No, though. Plenty of people down in Milta also. Quite a few as they move up through Milta, through the rest of the buildings. Hotted's in a car. He'll be working his way down. We got 1 team over in Yasnaya. And then things are starting to now kick off what looks like Roz. There's a few people over. In fact, there's 2 teams at Roz, but it looks like the buildings and school.
I just want to get confirmation. Are we restarting this?
Oh, have I been talking away and things
I think you've gotten excited.
Okay.
There might be a restart.
This would not be cool.
Not cool. Sad. Sad times.
Oh, carry on as if we're still playing.
No. No, headsets are off.
Definitely having?
There it is.
All right, then. So I'll back off now.
So I do want to just say something. Hopefully I don't get told off for this. I did get confirmation that it wasn't stream sniping. I know a lot of people were kind of getting, you know, pitchforks out, getting ready to go any chance it happens on the internet. Obviously, they love jumping into it. It was a player that we switched to who had already died, already been watching the stream himself, just sat there, why not? I'm pretty sure the player that we switched to was Sigsy, one of the 2 players who qualified through as well. I mean, his teammate, you can see the webcam there, he was just watching the stream. Wasn't Chappy, it's just how the stream looked. So just to kind of quell the masses before they start, you know, burning down houses and just, you know, being the internet, it should all be okay. Unless I get told otherwise, but I think it's very much okay. So yeah, we can just leave that where it is for now. That'd be cool. I don't want, you know, I don't want it to, you know, ruin this tournament as we see it right now, because it's all good. So people can chill
But you're giving
out.
clarity, which is absolutely fine before things, as you said, do get out of control. There's plenty of admins on the floor, and they are checking everything. At the moment, you're looking at the C9 boys. Their teammates are in a very, very good position. Moving down, I believe that's going to be Detonator also. 2 members from there, just popping around some of these players. We are just chilling while we get this game number 3 underway. It was a restart. We do apologize about that. Vikkstar, we did just do the interview with that man. And again, we were very impressed so far with some of the things he's been playing. Yeah. Meanwhile, we look towards TSM, Smack and Viz. Really good game last time, but still no winner-winner chicken dinner, unfortunately. Same goes for Liquid also. But Scoom with the late game, which is fair play, will get some points and at least stick them up the end of the board. And now we just chill. Just kick back and wait.
Yep, there's Serenity. Doing okay. The teammate Oshi7 did all right in the last game. I think they're on the around the kind of top 30-ish marker at the moment, staying alive a little bit better. They seem to be going for a little bit more of the military-based plays. I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to see braver people actually going for these sort of plays and going for that sort of thing. So, yeah, hopefully we get an update as to what's going on here. But yeah, still waiting on this one.
These guys now have got eyes on the prize, right? Cloud9, yeah. They're in the driving seat. They know they don't necessarily have to take the fights. They know they just need to get to the top of that leaderboard and stop anybody else within their tracks. Do you think that'll affect their gameplay now, Pansy? Do you think they're going to say, okay, let's go passive because we just need these points to win?
Ah, man. I'd love to say...
Playing the game, right?
It is playing the game. But you can't... I don't think first person allows you to be that passive. We saw it there on the final circle crunch, but it depends how many points they need, right? If you only need to get top 20, then yeah, go for it. If you need to get a couple of... Like, it's really risky to play that way, in my eyes at least. I don't like doing it. Playing just to get to a certain point, rather than just playing a proper game. Playing that, you know, I'm just going to play smart, I'm going to get those, you know, early rotations. That's actually one thing I've got to say about Cloud9 that they do really well. TSM does it too. We haven't seen it so much at the moment, but early rotations, which sounds weird, but getting yourself into a good position in a new circle and using your other teammate as a pivot point. So, for example, we saw it a lot then. They kind of fell away from it because Chappy spotted out the final player that he was up against. But using one player as a pivot point and then rotating around him and then pushing up to safety, they do it really well. So you're just seeing some teams kind of becoming a little bit more fluid in that sort of idea of how to approach the game, which is really smart.
It was kind of like what you saw from Luminosity in the final circle of that one, where one player, I believe it's a Chipsy, who just kind of stuck right in there, and then Ninja was the bait, so to speak. He was the one that run in, allowed Chipsy to pick up some more kills, make their way up that leaderboard. And honestly, it's just been, yeah, they're just picking up these new tactics. Everything's going to different. Everything is going to evolve over time. We're in different modes, different game types. And then tomorrow, everything comes together. We go back to third person, and we get on with the teams.
Quickly, if it would be possible, can we see the current standings? Going into the final game, of course, it's kind of the big one. I want to see the front page of it. I don't really care about the others. I want to see the most likelihood going forward in this. That'd be pretty useful if we can get that up on the screens. I don't know if we can. Obviously, I'm just being a pain in the arse asking for this. Here we go. All right, so far, let's have a look. So I just want to get the rules set up. If you guys want to check it out, obviously you can on the ESL website. That's still there near the qualifiers. I just want to see the value of points. And I know this is kind of boring to look at, but it does make a big difference when you get to this point.
The thing is, what gets me when you talk about the points is the difference between first and second. There's a big difference there.
That's kind of just... Yeah, there is already. Cloud9 have carved themselves a great lead, one because of kills being there, two because of good positioning on a regular basis. But what you're looking at as game changers is, one, I'd say, obviously top two, 500 points for placement for the #1 position, 2, 360, 3, 290, and that goes down to about 6th place. From 7th to around 9th, you're kind of looking at 180, and then 10th down to around, you know, you're getting to around like 17, 18, you're going down to 90, around that marker. So again, the big game changes happen when you get to the top 16. That goes over 100 points. That can make a difference. Kills still, sadly, don't equate to much in this. 1 kill in duos and squads, which we're playing right now, which is a duo, is 4 points. So again, you're basically looking at placement in this. I think in the future, it'd be great to see a little bit more of a lean, a little bit of a weight towards kills being far more imperative. But yeah, it's about placement. For big swings and big changes to happen, you go looking at the 100, so from basically 16th and up, we could see game changes.
I think it'd be fair to say 1 through 3, they've got a nice little buffer, so they're going to be looking to do the same placement again. They need a top 3 finish, absolute minimum, to try and kind of catch up with Cloud9 or seal the deal for Cloud9, for instance. 4 down to around about maybe 9th. They need to either find top 3 early on or just hope and pray that the top 3 have a really, really crappy game. They die early and then they're not going to back those points. Anything can happen in this game. And that then gives people like, you know, you're still looking. You've got Brick and MPI, you've got TSM in there, you've got Liquid. You've got plenty of other teams. You've got these invited teams as well. I think there's 1, 2, 3 invited teams, excuse me, 3 qualified teams through the Open that also could potentially win off the back of this. Anything's still possible. It's going to start to get rough when you're looking around. You know, you've got Ollie and Hayes are in quite a difficult spot. They've only got 306 points. If they get 500, if they win, what's that, 5, 6, 800? That only puts them 100 points above top place.
Yeah, so again, it's you'd have to hope that the top tier teams get denied of going any further, essentially. So a big denial towards that. So you need to stop Luminos team, Mazzarini's team with Spike, Cloud9. And then going forward, you'd have to just hope that you get good points. But yeah, hopefully we get an update as to how this is getting on. Teams have got headsets on, so hopefully it looks like maybe we're going in the right direction. But yeah, it's been a long day.
It has. It has. Be a lot easier tomorrow, a lot more smoother. Obviously different things running the...
tomorrow should be nice.
I'm looking forward to seeing these boys in action. I think it's... What are we saying then? Any initial thoughts about that one? Slow, fast, in your face?
I can't tell you. You know, I would have hoped that people weren't as passive as they were when we got into this, and they have been. But it's just how it is. Yeah. Right.
Once we get updated, guys, we will, of course, feed this back to you. Right now, we're just waiting for all the players to be inside the lobby, get the lobby live, and make sure the game is crisp, clear, and ready to rock and roll.
I'm going to go look at the hashtag. We're going to have a chat with you guys.
There you go.
Because, yes, it's been a while, hasn't it, today? Bit of a long one. All right.
Are you chatting with Twitter? Are you chatting with Twitch?
We got a little chat with Twitter, because it's more contained, you know, slightly. People supporting the Cloud9 boys, doing well on the board there, always good. Lots of German coming in. My German is still not good enough. I do like the way as well. People actually tweet through loads of their really cool setups. Some of you have some amazing battle stations. Someone's gone for a bit of a cosplay.
Oh, you did ask how people were watching earlier on.
Yeah, there's some amazing setups. You guys have some really sick setups at home. And all the guys at home or at work watching it love a bit of it. People kind of very happy still about Smack Shot, obviously. And Sosnovka, the Kings of Sosnovka getting the victory is making people very pleased. Mazzarini fans around the world be like.
I have to give a big shout out to Luminosity as well. They really look after their players. Some of the tweets that you see coming out of the Luminosity account, game by game, doesn't matter what they're doing. And this full coverage on all their players, really, really high-end stuff.
I too would like free things from an organization, but I will pick TSM. I like you, TSM. I too would like a hat.
They do have amazing hats.
Yeah, they do, right?
They really do.
Yeah.
A lot of people are really, they like the baseball jacket. It's not for me.
I don't like it myself.
It's not for me.
I actually don't like gaming t-shirts that much. Like, if any of you have ever actually played in any sport of any variety somewhat similar to this, or even just bought a gaming shirt, they are not very nice.
Do you still have your infused ones?
Yeah. Still got them all. So I have the Yotech, the infused ones. Because a couple of them, my name on the back, so it made me feel weird to throw them out. But the problem is, back in the day, you didn't get given more than one. So you'd go to an event, and by day 5, not smelling so great. Not because they're not breathable material.
I've only been under one organization when we received our T-shirts. you could tell they'd been worn, and they would definitely pass me around.
Oh, that's not nice.
It can be safe to say that I did definitely get the wife to wash them.
Oh dear, that's a bit rough, isn't it?
It was fun.
Ooh. You've actually upset me slightly at the idea of that, but...
we can't all be like you, and we can't all have names on us tops and be big and famous within the Call of Duty world.
All right, yeah, big and famous. You know, sadly for us, you know, on the PC scene that you probably didn't know about at the time, we weren't the loved ones by that developer. No. They went to the joystick, whatever it is you use. What do you call it?
That would be a pad.
A pad?
A pad.
I've got a notepad. That's about it. But I've been told we're at the 1 minute mark, so hopefully this will be silent. We can stop talking nonsense. It's been far too long. One more day of us talking nonsense at you. Thank you for being so supportive so far, by the way, guys. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of time to thank everyone on Reddit, Twitter, wherever you've been, Twitch, chat, if I must. Actually been very, very supportive of our casting. This is the first event we've ever done for this. You guys have been absolutely amazing, so thank you for that. Constant feedback. You guys know what you're talking about, and I always do very much appreciate you being involved and bailing us out of having to talk about nothing for several hours.
Yeah, coming into this, I was quite worried myself. Obviously, you have definitely not letting me get away with coming from the console side, but totally different style of game for me, casting-wise, and just overall a different casting compilation altogether, and the amount of support that has come in for both myself and Pansy has literally been unreal. Reddit's been a beaut. The feedback's always there. We do take it on board. And it doesn't matter in what way it comes back. If it's negative feedback, well, it gives us something to work on. It gives us something and ways to improve on. And we do want to improve on it. And honestly, things are just going to get better and better. This game is going nowhere. It's here to stay. It's coming out on Xbox. And honestly, it's just, the sky's the limit. It's so incredible. It's so addictive. And it's just overall so damn fun. And you know what? It's been so far a pleasure to cast. It's really enjoyable.
It is.
It's up and down. It can go from 0 to 100 rather quickly. But I tell you what, that's the whole fun of it, and that's the whole point of Battlegrounds. You've got to take whatever is thrown at you. 7 seconds, the bird will be in the air, and we'll be seeing where these players will be dropped on the island. Here we go, then.
All right.
What are you feeling? Come on, come from...
Do they all go in the plane and we don't restart? That's what I'm feeling.
I'm feeling north. Is it going to come in from north? That's going to make me look like an absolute idiot. Oh! For the first time ever, my prediction has been right. Straight down the middle from the north. So, coming over, we got Severny, we got shooting range. Everything else that's in the direct line, we have Ruins, we have Pachinki, Rosshog just to the right-hand side. People will be moving to George. Ninja, every single time Luminosity, they love the early jump. They dive out, they go towards the top of the map away from everybody else, get some gear, look for a vehicle. This, again, is going to be straight down the middle. Military base could be in range from a bit of a long shoot. Pachinki's there as well. We got Ferryport. That's where the plane is going to be ending around. Primorsk, look for any stragglers that aim to go towards that final flight area. But Georgiapol, once again, Pansy. Look at that, just a wall of players just honing in. And that's where things could get really, really messy. So a nice even spread.
Sometimes I don't know if you're talking about like a jam sandwich or maybe a weather report. You know what I mean? And yeah, we are seeing
so please don't speak.
A strong amount of players moving in a westerly and yeah, at least we're going to get the melee base fight. This is what I've been waiting for, the final game of almost the final day. Obviously the day prior, but you know, I like to jazz it up, give you a storyline, lie to you essentially. Why are you making me watch Pachinki?
Don't hate it. I'm sorry. You know what? Someone tweeted me saying, don't back down from this. The king of Pachinki lives, and it's good and stuff. Don't you dare diss my Pachinki.
Yeah.
8-time scope already, straight off the bat. Nice way to work. Wandering around, AKM straight off the bat. That's another nice start. Gather on full spray, make sure no one's around you. And look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players is that? Or can I not count? That's going to be 8 players, 4 teams all around the melee. So that's going to kick off really soon. 3 teams already inside Pachinki. Romy Gassi, Mexican, moving his way through the garages. Now, I like these because this gives a nice kind of way inside the area at the back where you get the police station and stuff, and usually going to get a shotgun. There's a couple of chests in there. 9 times out of 10 you're grabbing a level 3 helmet as well. So it's a really nice area, but you got to be careful because as you can see now, look at that, Oshi7 and Serenity, they're already up on Rust, so they're going to
Do you mean Big Red?
You call it Big Red, I call it Rust.
Look, we're going to fight about this.
Do you want me to go with Big Red? What about Big Rust?
No.
Meet me halfway.
I like Big Red.
The interesting thing is to see whether they got an AR or not.
Yeah, you should be able to get one AR between the two of you, but it looks like the Panda Boys have managed to find out probably where Gassy Mexican is. So Ocean Serenity could play the extremities on this. They don't need to necessarily get involved. Only one shotgun being seen so far. They can back away and go to the apartments, get the loot from that. You should be able to find loot. It's a high-value loot area. Mid-throne we're seeing here. Again, they've got their tactics down. They've got their route. They like to go to the apartments complex, and they do it time and time again. This is the Panda guys going to the more aerial building, I guess. Just decent loot again. You should be able to get away with decent armor and guns.
Let's note on the circle as well, it is down south, so Novo's going to be in. We'll also see Milter in. 2 players popping around here, down in the bunkers. That's a really nice circle. Lots of people in there, Pachinki, everyone on military. So people now can just get looted to the eyeballs. They don't really have to do much. Chipsy and Ninja, well, what would you expect? We're starting to see this evolution of where people kind of go straight once the plane comes in. Every single time and time again, Chipsy and Ninja, nope, let's get out of here and let's just get on looting as we now make our way down inside Pachinki. Yoonroop looking for Evermore. He's very close on the map, but one of the houses behind him, checking outside, making sure no one's in the apartments opposite. And this is where you play Assassin's Creed, right? This is where we potentially could be getting somebody up on top of the houses.
It's really risky.
Yeah, but look where LG are. Luminosity are here. Drassel's just in the building. He definitely will have heard Evermore. He's looking outside the window. I'm very intrigued to know where the other Luminosity player is. Does he have eyes on floor intro?
So. Otherwise, a bit awkward in the tournament. Anger there for the Mythic guys, working his way through Novo as well, working out towards the edge. Still got a shotty on. Still in a decent spot. Still pretty well set. And as we see,
he's cautious.
You have to be, because it's so easy to move into Novo in this position. You kind of hold this high ground on the edge, and you work your way down and you can pressure. And it looks like the doors are open, so I don't know if someone's already been here. So we're not aware of the full kind of positioning of others at the moment. But you can see, oh, there it is. The panic, but it's Vixstar down. Anger delivers a face full of lead at this point, but where's the other teammate?
He's baiting him.
Surely Vixstar, ooh, that's taking a while to kill, but Vixstar, where's your teammate?
I thought he was up there with him.
Surely he was backing away towards it.
That's what I thought. And you know what? We're going to have a look. We're going to put it on the third person mode, see what it is. He is absolutely miles away.
Oh, that is rough. Again, see this, I do like the way that people split. You can do that sort of thing, but that's too much. This should be an easy kill for Ollie. Ollie, what's going on, bud? He's having a bit of a mare here. Sprays him. That's what I expect. There it is, Ollie. This is the guy who dominated the early days of this game. I need to see more of this from this man.
Go on.
Go on, hoping for that shot to connect, but he knows he's down-hotted, who's going to be crawling away, begging for mercy.
Feels so bad. This happened to him yesterday. This feels so bad, and now he just knows, nope, I accept my fate. Scopes in, puts a bullet in the back of his head. And Hoyd is the second player to be eliminated from the server. Now people still on the looting phase. There's no real reason to move yet. We said before, look at how central that circle is. Everyone in melee can just get geared to the nines. They don't necessarily have to take this fight. This is, of course, our third and final game, so people can be a bit more cautious. There's plenty of points to be won, but you just need to stay alive. We're hearing a couple of shots cracking off. This is going to be LG on the opposing side, Luminosity, JP2 and Drassel. Just knowing, I still think they know where these guys are. Evermore and Yuru really haven't moved where we saw them previously. They're going to close the door, probably try and share out loot. If not, just be a real nuisance.
And yeah, you can just be a pain. Simple as that. And that's basically everyone that goes to Pachinki. Works out well. It's a smart way of playing it. Like, as much as I don't like it personally, it's justifiable. Yeah, absolutely. And this game is a lot about personal preference. But, ooh, Tavelo there, not actually got a scope on the gun, which could be a problem. I wonder if that could be Oshi7, it could be Gassy Mexican. There's a couple of players who are over here. Nice connection towards him, though. He's got level 3 helmet. These are going to be chest shots coming out. And that might be, yeah, that's from Serenity. Pinned him by the fence, but she's fighting out of this. Trying to get Oshi to a better spot as well. She's covering him off. But you can see the aggression from Tavelo, but he might be in trouble here. He doesn't have meds to fall back on.
I don't think he realized they've both got sniper rifles as well. That's an SKS and a Can 98 in the hands of Oshi7. Going to opt to whip out the Uzi, silenced also. Does it have a stock? I didn't quite catch whether it did or not, because it will annihilate a player if they get up close and personal. Shotgun and M4 in the hands of their opponents, and now they will track back. Moo's going to come over the hill, just see if he can get eyes on the prize. Now he's healed up. His teammate Tavelo will follow.
But this is a good split. I like the way that Oshi's being the mobile one. It does mean that he might have to face a 1v2, and they're also a little bit isolated, but he's got a Kar 98. He's got the extremes, which is a bit of a problem. Kar 98 for range, and then the SMG, right, with a suppressor. So it's like very hard to find the middle ground. You want that AR. But hopefully we can have a little look back to this. Is someone closing in towards a Dren? Is the other teammate there? These guys really hungry for this frag. I don't know how far away Oshi's gotten. He's trying to get to maybe that side building, find a bit of cover, find a new way to approach this, but they're not in a rush.
They know where he is, though, don't they? They have a good idea, and that's why they're getting worried, and that's why they're bopping around. Oshi, however, he can just chill. Doesn't have a scope on that sniper, just got a red dot, so it's going to be a little bit rough trying to tag them up. I didn't see what Serenity had. I don't think we've been on her POV, but she does have the SKS, which did some serious damage. Actually, Serenity's dead. She's gone. He knocked her out, so she's on the side
only
now.
Knocked. Fred needs to land this shot. Oshi7 needs to make that count. He's trying to lead it well. He's trying to draw the attention, but I don't know if he's got much time to get back to Serenity.
It's hard to get him up from there, unless she can crawl the way back.
I mean, with a red dot on the Car 98, very tricky situation to be in. Serenity having to cross back over through the gap, and you can see Oshi7, he knows where the player is, but finding the safe angle, holding the breath, looking for the shot. The jiggle peaks are coming out. The Panda boys know what they're doing.
Annoying.
Yeah, this is really hard to play against.
So annoying. He's going to go for the pickup, see if this can happen, but she's out in no man's land, unfortunately. I don't really think it's worth going for. He's just putting himself in a bit of a bad
married.
position.
He's being told, get over here.
Get over here now and pick me up.
If I can't have fun, you can't have fun. But it does mean that now Serenity is down. It's on to Oshi7 on his own here to try and fight his way out of this. They've been doing better since they've been going to the military area, but it's always tricky. You know you're going to get fights in that sort of situation. Now on board with Cake. Had a great day yesterday and the day prior, but this one's been a little bit quieter in comparison to that caliber.
Up at the top at George, we saw many team down here. He's just keeping eyes on the windows, seeing if he can get any information. A little bit of a duck hunt going on. And that is because he does have a team bang opposite him and he knows it. He's just waiting for that information to reveal. And then he can call for help from his teammates. Move into the observer, take a look exactly where they are. That's going to be an AKM and a K98 in play for the opposing teams. If they also see Cake, Cake could be in trouble, but I'll tell you what, look at his gear. My word, level 3 up to the max, apart from the bag, Scar in hand. So he can at least take a shot. If that K98 does find his head,
but they will be
stay
forced
alive.
to move soon.
Yes.
That's the next thing. Lex and Flom back in the town that they know and love. So this is the battle of who moves first. There's not going to be that many car spawns. Julia again. I've actually been thoroughly impressed with Julia coming into this. She's been making a bit of a... I think, which game was it? It was when they were over in Yasnaya. She did really well.
All playing around the garage.
Yeah, and I wish that was first person because it would probably gone a different way, but it is what it is. She's in the safe zone anyway. Not too much to worry about right now, but these guys are going to keep eyes on. Lost aiming there. Nice setup too. 4 times on that Car 98. A little peek out the windows. Good using of the lean as well. Pretty underrated, actually. Showing obviously less of yourself at this sort of distance and just kind of playing off the back of it. You can kind of jiggle out, wait for them to take a shot at you, you lean back in, and then you dominate the angle before they can get back in, so you get the safety of one shot.
It's what you've got to do, right? It's kind of, I hate to say the word meta, but if you're not leaning around corners like that, if you are revealing your body, you're just straight up asking to die. If you do play this game and you want to do well in it, you need to learn how to use this. You need to utilize it, be able to look around the corners, creep, keep your body tucked behind a wall, but still get some information, try and get the angle. Because if you just throw yourself out there, your chest's an open target.
Yeah, and here comes the blue. So this is going to force the team to start moving. It's going to be the battle of leaving this area. Now, Oshi7's still alive, but still ain't got that red dot. Really going to be tricky for him to find a way through from this. And I don't know if Panda have backed away, though. That's the thing. I'm really unsure if they've still maintained the hill presence. And it's going to be hard for him to find his route out of this. He can disengage, go, Nova route or somewhere else, but you kind of want this. No, they're still over there. They are backing away from it eventually, though.
Needs to be careful. He won't get any eyes on them, and they also won't see him.
Here comes the run.
Which is pretty good, but as you mentioned, this is where people will start to be forced to move because of the blue pushing them. Car driving off into the distance, but they're in the blue also, so he knows that they either need to come across this bridge, turn and face, or go to the next one to get across.
Just want to say people are very amused with how you say the word scar.
Would that be because I'm as northern as it gets?
Or just say the word car.
Car.
Ooh, we've changed it. Anyway, Sequisha now in trouble. Teammate down, Julia's bleeding from the waistline, and it's Lex and Flom, if I'm not mistaken, the ones doing this damage. Sequisha knows where one is, but can he find the other? He's done well before. This man got into top 5s. He was doing really well. Top 2, should I say. Spots out one. Can he get the shot? Oh, no, the gun barrel just peeks up. He was too close to the wall. And Lex lays down fire from above. Great work from him. Looking cool, calm, and collected under the pressure.
He just saw the pixel. He just saw the peak. And down he goes. Gets him in the headshot, and he will finish him off. That's 2 kills. So both of them wiped out. And now they can just go and see, loot the bodies, and just say thank you very much. But look at these people. Outside in the blue, making their way in, bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving. Stone Mountain, though, I like how he's standing his ground. He's waiting until they come closer. Then they don't have the option to run to the cover. As soon as they get through this blue zone, hits one, you see the blood.
I don't know why he's gone this early.
Could have waited, couldn't he? Because now they've got the hill cover.
One, if you want to loot it, it's a million miles away. He does have a level 3 vest, level 2 helmet. Clearly well geared, but I'd have waited a little longer on that one personally. Of course, the grass will not render at that distance for him, so he gets the clean shots. But here we're going to go back on with K-Kim, still trying to escape Georgia Pole at this point. And it looks like he might just be suffering on this one. And his teammate actually found Chipsy. This could be problematic for Luminosity.
Oh.
With Chipsy going down, it means the Ninja will be all alone, if I'm not mistaken. And that means
really
there's now
big.
Possibility for other teams to get in there, because they just need to get to like top
And look at how
30.
damaged he is, Patsy.
Oh, Lord above. This could be really problematic for Luminosity. They're in a really good spot to get into like the top 2. Maybe claim it back off Cloud9. They could have really pushed this one, but right now, unless Ninja does something phenomenal down the line,
he's trying to
this
heal
could be
through
over.
it. He's just trying to bandage like mad. We'll see in the kill feed if he does eventually go down. Meanwhile, we drop down to the boatyard. We'll just see him here. M4, 8 times, trying to take some pop shots. We'll see if he lands on it. Lands one. I see blood. Daze takes out Stylish Noob. We'll also see Tavello. He'll take out Gassy Mexican. Curvy Llama as well, so both of them have now fallen. And this is really where people begin to lose their lives. Circle starting to force people into different scenarios, force people together. But you don't want to stay out there too long.
He's got a decent route to run through. Oh, Borg, if you hit that, my friend, I would be...
Oh! He tags him.
Oh, if only. Go on. One more shot.
He wants it, doesn't he?
Why not?
Imagine if he'd hit that in the head. Good God.
I'll just give up there and then, wouldn't you? Just give him the prize money.
I'm done, fam. See you later.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Lord above, that was very nice.
You know what? This is kind of what we mentioned yesterday, though. Borg he's a very exceptional player. He's been
Really
hyper-aggressive. His aim's incredible. He knows how to lean a shot. And if you know how to lean a shot, then it's worth taking.
So let's have a little look quick at the circle when we get a second as well. I want to see where this is closing in towards. It looks like it's heading slightly further down south. Everyone's trying to get their houses now, and oh, Lord. This could be Cloud9 denying another team. Any more tags going to come out? Any chance for it? No. Actually, let them get away. Didn't see them cross away from this. Now he does. Lines up another. Oh, another. Was that another tag?
I don't know if that was dust or blood. It was,
I'm not sure, but
either way, it was close.
This guy is doing really well so far. And there was a tag. Look at them. They're both damaged. That is so sick from this guy. 2 tags with the Car 98 moving. I've got to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with him. That's the sort of aim and the ability I want to be seeing more and more and more. Now, the circle is closing in towards the northern side. They're kind of very much a central point of this island. And I actually really like this circle. It's going to kind of keep the plateau in it, the one in between kind of Pachinki and the open middle area between field, I guess. You're going to see people playing out of ruins. I'm glad it's not in ruins. Ruins is absolutely murder to watch at these sort of environments. I hear the Car 98 shots going off the distance. Not sure who that one's with, but it's Interrogate right now, laying down fire. Coming out of Milter, it looks like at the moment, kind of near farm still. And yeah, he's got a bit of cover, got himself a shack, and he's just going to be locking it down.
Yeah, you could see the amount of gear he had as well. He had a level 3 helmet, level 3 chest, and he did the 8 times on the scar. We'll take a quick look at some of those shots.
Oh,
Yeah,
this was it again. So let's see the
Look
hit.
at that. It's the next one, is it? It's this one?
Can't remember, my
See the
brain's
blood.
stupid. It's really tricky to see. But he did hit one
We
of them.
definitely
And then he
did see
hit the
it.
follow-up as well, which was a really sick part. So, good job to
Cracking
him.
player.
Right, so we're back on the military island, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I am. And this is going to be the crossing. This is going to be the crossing of the sea here at this point. Dropping out medkit for his teammate. They do need to get moving. They're still safe for now, but they know the circle very unlikely to end here.
This could be interesting, though.
Yeah,
where the
again, maybe
players
not
are.
expecting that. Oshi7, the Lone Ranger at this moment. He's going to be working his way out. Can we have a little check on with Muzelkit on the bridge? I want to see if he's, again, on top of the bridge or not. You can see the players leaving Novo side of things as well. They're going to be heading on over on the boat. Good pickup for them. Good chance of vehicles over there as well, but they've opted for the boat, which is the safer choice. They can get over towards maybe Milton Power. But Tavello's checking for this, which is good awareness, but I don't know if you're going to check that thoroughly. I'm not sure if there's any boats here. And yeah, this is good, lovely work from Hayes. Good leading the shots there. Taking his time on each one of them. And yeah, that's Anger trying to cross into this. You can see the battle going between the two of them here. He's found a bit of respite, bit of cover, healing up, but he needs to, dodge and weave, zigzag out of this, because it's very hard to see where those shots are coming from. He's considering the bridge. It wasn't.
Yeah, and the thing is, here's another cracking fact. He's Ollie that's pushed out to try and force them up. He's got an eye on them. Trying to snap some shots, but Anger answers back, hits him with a headshot with the scar. Down he goes. That's going to force Hayes to move over now. He does have time to heal him up, but it's whether or not Adren and Anger think it's time to go, boys. We can murder these if we push up aggressively on them.
it's a really tough game now. You've got actually two very diligent teams. Angus still seems a little unaware as to where he can get to from this. Stody, Stody is about
He's waiting for his
to
teammate.
destroy them. You've got the vertical advantage, you've got it all. Lay it down, here we go, sprays in, that's Roms down. Looking for the follow-up on the teammate, he's gonna get the tag, but not the frag, backs away. He's got time, he doesn't need to rush this. Oh, 60, what is that shot? Vertical, just destroys his helmet. That is perfect play from this man. This is one of the guys to come through the qualifier, so you can expect very good individual play from him.
He's rotating round. He's trying to finish this one off. Stud is about to go down, he's forced to go back now. I have no idea how this one's going to play out. Look at his teammate across there. They're probably going to get each other up.
They didn't expect them to be so damn good. That's what you get. You peek over the edge, you only expose your helmet, you give them one chance to land a shot, and they absolutely land it. Fair play.
They're just going to
They're terrified. I would be. If I peek an edge for a second and someone just rips my head off, yeah, I'd be a little nervous too. And now they've lost visuals on them. They've lost visuals on the two new guys to this one. Gypsy down there as well, spots them again on the rocks. Oh, takes down Roms. Roms is wounded. He's the walking wounded at this point. So hard for him to do anything here. So again, spamming out the nades. For them, if they get out of this situation, it'd be a miracle. You're literally walking up a hill that's so hard to get out of. These guys have the advantage on every single front. So again, if they manage anything in this one, 60 to me, you're an MVP for landing that shot on Stody. I don't expect you to do anything else.
I don't, but we could have the same scenario as we saw a few games ago, where if he just stays there, then maybe they have no idea where he is. They could potentially walk away and say, okay,
behind him
he's
in a
disappeared.
boat. Wait, are they swimming?
That's Cross and Drifter. They're just chilling.
Yeah, but they're going to have to move over here. They are swimming this way. This is the way you get up to this. Sixty can use them as bait, right?
Oh,
here we
God.
go. I don't know if Sixty doesn't know this. So let's get into the what-ifs, maybes, and all of that jazz. Actually, we'll get back to that because Borg's got a car 98 and he's got two players in sight. Can he land any more of those crisp, clean shots that we saw before? No, they backed away, fallen over the ridge and just left and said, look, we don't want that compound. There's a wild animal there. We don't want to go near it, and I don't blame them. So right now you're hearing a couple of cars going around. Oh, you've just driven up. Moldat's got delivery, and that's the Noble team. He takes down one easily, doesn't overextend. Where's his teammate? He needs the support right now. And on the flank, it's Scoom. What brilliant positioning from these guys.
That's incredible. He just left him as bait, and all of a sudden Scoom walks up and just says, okay, I'm here. It's time to join the party as well. Wipes out his teammate, and both of them will fall. Looking at the kill feed as well. Unfortunately, Killer Kapowski, she will fall. So would Liquid.
There's still pressure here.
In fact, Hayes is now knocked out as well. So Ollie went down earlier on. Now Hayes is down. Solid FPS kills both players. Two players down. That's WTCN and Mithrin. Both of them fall to Cloud9. In the meantime, that's giving Cloud9 more points in the board for the kills as well.
We've got 60 alive here. Let's check in with that circle as soon as we can, because that's going to start moving very, very soon. So that's going to crunch in here and just remind ourselves of where people are playing towards. Ollie's managed to knock out the guy who got his teammate, so that's a good avenging moment there for him. But Borg is surrounded on all fronts. He's got a lot of ammo to play with, so that's not too bad. And yeah, we're going to see a big crunch. Look at that TSM cluster as well towards the middle. This is Ollie still fighting away towards the very south side, just on the ridge, or excuse me, just on the coast. So again, nading out the windows, going through it. I'd love to check in on TSM if we can, see how that battle's going down in the central area here, because this could be quite sporadic. There's going to be a lot of different battles going on, lots of different line of sight, and nowhere to retreat to. So you've got to just claim your stake right now for ground.
We'll see. Moo just chilling on the hill. He does know that several people around this corner, so he's going to throw some grenades and try and get himself some cover. Meanwhile, down in the kill feed, we'll see Whitey Dude will be taken out by Anger.
So
he at least knocks him. Yeah.
Right, okay, so
the two battles going on. We jump back. Drassel knocks out Solid FPS. So that's LG once again going up against C9. We saw previous TSM, though, the lockdown on the beach. We got Panda here. We got Moo and Tavaleo. MPR, he at least nails Moo pretty hard. Now we force him back into a corner. This is what TSM do best. They just push out. They smell blood and they want it.
Breaks on full auto. And oh, his teammate just got punished. It's all on break to deliver. He needs to come up with the goods right about now. No tags on the first. He goes in. The spray.
No!
Oh, he gets completely outdone. Panda destroy TSM. That is huge work for them.
They accept the challenge. They say, bring it on, boys. TSM, unfortunately, they will fall. Meanwhile, in no man's land, Oshi7's still alive, and he's found himself a crate.
Here. I don't see any, like,
is there anything in it?
Dropped loot on the floor. Yes, an M24. That's great. No, do you know what? He's playing the survivalist role. Go get him, Oshi7. I'm down to watch that. Now, what are we seeing over here? We've got Flom in a bit of a battle. Still what seems in the blue, so he's got a while to go. Because, look, he's a million miles away. Where is Flom? How is he still here?
I think he's been chased, and that's why he's really weird. Did I just see Ninja go down? I think I may have just seen something happen there.
I saw Ninja. I'm not sure if he got the kill or not.
It'll be very interesting. I'm pretty sure that means from the side he's been at, he has actually died. And if he has, That means Luminosity could potentially be out of the running for the win here.
This gets incredibly tense now. It's all about the more kind of established teams within that top 4, top 5 not getting into the same similar positions. If new players do that, then we're in trouble. Oh, Moomin could do everything in this. He's going to take down one. That's Evermore knocked, not dead. He's got a teammate still alive. That's Yunru. It's all on him. Can he get the tag? No! Great work.
Kill.
1v2 there, playing out from behind the rock. Stunning, stunning stuff. And now the rest of the Panda Boys need to start running. We know that these guys are back to the wall with lots of pressure here. And Stoner just get a bit of a glimpse. He knows how to work at range. Let's be honest here. That's a bit of the battlefield tricks coming in. Can he land the shot, though? He's running out of time. He's not really adjusting for the drop. How far is he zeroed? Only 100. And there we go. Tags are coming in. Knocked out player trying to find some cover. Still got a little bit of breath to play with, but he's going to be under pressure soon, so he needs to back away and consider it. He does manage to take down Lost Aiming in the end.
Once again in the kill feed, guess who's getting headshots with a K98? It's the man, the myth, the legend that is Borg. He's been playing so well. Stutter does take out Lost Aiming, and here comes the aggressive push. They want the kill, they just smell blood. The aggression is pure with these guys.
All right, show us where you got, Borg. If you're going to make these plays out of the safe zone and you want these kills, go get them.
Look at that.
Maybe they're running low on ammo. Maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's a method to the madness, but all I know is this guy is getting on the board here. They're playing out their mind. They want to secure this victory, and yeah, they needed the ammo. They've been taking pot shots at everyone. They've been taking everyone down, so why not? And again, we fall back to the situation down to 43. The next circle going to become a factor very, very soon. You can see Panda having troubles way up towards the northern side of things. And this is going to be going, looks like again, down towards Mumino. At this point, he's been doing really good work here. Slow side of the circle sits with him, so he's still only got a short way to run.
The thing is, though, while he's doing this on his own, he's causing problems for all the other teams that are at the top there. He's just making things even more interesting. We're seeing here, Sweater knocked out. Excuse me, Sweater knocks out one person, so they're in a bit of a battle themselves.
Here comes the
Borg
blue.
Finished him off, but now he's forced to move. We'll go across there. Does take him out. Stoder answers back, takes out Moon Knight with a headshot. 2 kills, though, coming out of here from Mayhop Wanda as we see him moving forward. He needs to run. The health is ticking away. He's in the blue. He's got 1 stim on his back, but he could be running into a lot of people just waiting for him.
All right, the Panda guys are basically saying we want to keep our backs to the blue so we can keep some safety, but there's a man in the water being a real nuisance, being a pest. That's their main threat, but for now, they're safe within the zone, but everyone else is running in. We need to keep tabs towards that as well. If we miss out on these guys, that might be Oshi7 in there. No, it's Muzak, and Oshi7's off towards the eastern side. He needs to get into the safety zone here. Back on board with Mumino.
He's still doing damage.
He's still trying to work his way in, though. He's got to be careful with blue, and he is going to get another kill here. Great work from him. Running low on ammo, but still well within the fight. Cautious, aware. He knows there's going to be more people around here, but he has the high ground, and he's actually pretty well set for now. But let's see this one. Everyone towards the south needs to move back up north. This is the crunch point. This is a big chunk of the buildings with cover still in it. Otherwise, we're going to be out in the open. This is going to be great. The big next kick is going to be down by those rocks. When that time hits about 1 minute, maybe about 30 seconds left, they've got to start moving.
Plenty of fight going down in the kill feed. We're about to hit 30 players remaining now. We will see Mumino. He'll try and get healed up, which he does indeed. Back to full health. Double stims on as well, so he knows he can run and get that speed boost. Moving down, though, Scoom knocks out Spygeo with an AKM. Several more players dying. Finally, Lucy May. Hunkstaben as well. He'll also go down from outside the play zone. And now we just look at this. Oshi7's all tagged up. I'm guessing he's also outside the play zone. If not, he should be dying any minute.
Look at this.
Borg killed Jihadi as well.
They're making a little fort. Are you serious? They're making themselves cover. This is smart from Liquid. If you're out in the open, you've got nothing else to work with, give yourself something. And we're seeing the kills come through right about now. This is what I mean. When there's about a minute on the board, the crunch comes in and they start having to push into the buildings. All the northern side players are being swept aside. Flom goes down finally. He put up a damn good fight. Moldan, why are you still carrying around gas? Like, what are you expecting to do here, bud? But still, 40 seconds and the final push will happen. They've got safety at least from the south to a degree, but oh, another shot from Borg. Do it again. One more shot should define this fight. He should be able to land this one. I doubt there's time to heal up. Oh no, another tag. How? He still wants more though. He will not relent. He will not stop. He wants it all. Again, a tag comes through, but he finally gets taken down. The spam from the SKS does enough, but it's down to Sweater. Single fire on the AK 4 times in hand. It's still very viable. He wants those one taps, but he knows he needs to heal. He has to stop for a second. 10 seconds until the blue. This is question time. Does he get his teammate? Does he run? Does he leave him? Does he take the fight? This is against LG, and they know that they're in an awkward predicament as well.
Luminosity, they're just keeping eyes down the barrel in case he decides to try and make something happen, which he does. 8 times scope, they'll try and tap him. They've hit him once, so he will get pushed back. Meanwhile, all this is going down. The circle's slowly pushing. That means he may have lost Borg. I don't think he's going to be able to get him back up, because if he does, he'll just die instantly straight away, so he needs to run himself.
Oh my god.
Liquid's fort, though, unfortunately, it's getting demolished, and they've got nowhere else to go. If they try and run this, inside that vehicle. It's blocked in. Look how weak they are, Pansy. They're in a real difficult spot here.
They've tried to make cover, and it's not simply good enough. 22 remain alive, and this is going to get exciting now. It's time to run. Stone Mountain knows he's in trouble, dodging, weaving, dipping and diving, but how can he survive this? The Panda guys are tagged up low as well. Liquid have him on the ropes. One's knocked out. This could be all but over, surely. No, this is just insane. 20 remain. 18, 16, it's going down. Moleman finally avenges everything. All that damage coming through, all those helmets he lost. He takes down Moo, so Panda now struggling. They're out of this one, down to 16. The new circle sits well with Liquid. But they're running low on ammo, they're running low on meds.
It's these people that are going to be the issue, though. As soon as they come out...
They've given nothing away.
Absolutely nothing. They've closed the door behind him, and they're just sat in the shack chilling. As soon as they try and move forward, they could absolutely demolish him. Sweat is still there. We've still got this ongoing battle down here. We got Drassel. He knows that Sweat is still alive, and they know they need to be careful. But it's a 2-on-1 scenario. JP2 is still alive. He does have the SKS. He does have it fully kitted up as well.
This is a really nice split. This is a real... this is a normal game, at least in my eyes. You're seeing people playing on the extremities well, getting into the early rotation, something that Cloud9 are very good at. We're seeing it with Chappie here, early rotate to a good spot in the map. We're going to see Liquid doing the same thing pretty darn soon as well. So you can see them aware of what's happening. Maybe Scream's noted a couple of players, maybe spotted out the guys that we thought could have been the danger factor. They smoked them out and they've got to move soon. They have no big meds left. They've got to start running. And here we go. Here comes the trader. Here comes those rotates. They know the time is ticking down to 20 seconds to the new circle. And we might just have them proning down and praying and hoping that no one sees them. But there's still players far enough away who'll have high ground who can spot them here.
They're just chilling. They do have the smoke behind them, which gives them a little bit of cover from the rear, and they do obviously have the Defilator here, just so they can at least hide for a little while. Meanwhile, JP2 still got Drassel on his tail. They're working as a team, but they've been spotted. They're out in the yard. We can see them there. They're going down. They're all tagged up.
The shot.
One gets knocked at least. Akok comes in, 2 kills. See you later. He will fall. Spygear is no more. And that's what you get for staying in the shack for so long.
There's almost no cover here as well. They're moving into a circle where it's going to be a hell of a lot of fights. Sweat is up for the challenge. You can see his movement coming into factory. He doesn't want to open up because he'll give away his spot, but he's going to have to make his mind up. Do I take the fight? Do I try and get into the circle? There's going to be someone right in front of him. He needs to do it right now. Oh, Sweater, he waited too long. He was trying to play it to the right time. Now down to 10. This is going to kick off. Scoom still in this one, still fighting it out. Liquid are staying alive as a duo. This could be their game. They have the ground. They have the safety of the zone. Andy's watching the push out from the buildings, and the players in there, you know that they're going to hit. You're feeling this one. Forzen can be revived, but does he take the risk?
This is so dangerous. There is another option for them to go, but it would mean running through the blue. They'd have to go out the back. They're still in it. They're just on the edge. They need to come out. They are going to take so much damage. Comes around the corner. One peeks. Look how little health he has. He needs to get medded up rather quickly. If he attempts to take a fight, one bullet will seal the deal on this man's life.
Forzen was begging for help then, and Andy just looked at him as he died. He's not going to take the risk. He's not worth it at this point. Down to 8 now. He knows there's still 2 players in there that are close by. He's got a Molotov. This could be huge. That goes right in the window.
To go.
Does that go through? No, it didn't go through, I'm pretty sure. So again, they stay alive. They don't burn to death as we speak.
Look how trapped they are, Lauren. They need to run through this. They'll lose so much health coming out of here.
They've got to take, they're fully stinned up. They've got to go now or never, but they have to get past Andy. That's the big problem. Andy can take the stim. He's going to wait for this. And here we go. One shot girl gets out the window. Andy spots it. He sprays. He gets the kill. He gets the second. Stack goes down. He's playing out of his mind here. 6 kills. He wants this one himself, but we still have Mumino in this. We still have the Liquid boys in this. There's so much to be played for. 6 alive now.
But unfortunately, Liquid, they do have the circle for everybody else, so they're just going to happily accept any single challenge. Mumino once again knocks out Moments. That Liquid going down, unfortunately. They answer back. They take out Mumino himself. Now things are getting really interesting. Scoom grabs another one there. You just saw it down in the kill feed. Can he get Moment up?
But look at these guys proning.
Is it even worth going for?
You kind of want him alive at this point, but if he goes for the commitment, there's the 2 players proning on the Defilade. They're playing the long game here. If they spot him out, that could be it. He can see them though. Oh, Andy can see them all.
Oh my God.
He spots the edge of them. He's got to move in. He has to move into the open and take a gamble, take a risk.
Oh,
Andy! Andy is going out of his mind right now. 7 kills and he will not stop. It's a 1v2, I'm pretty sure now for him. How can he position? How can he find the smart angle? There's so many options. There's so much room available. Does he know where they are? Can he find them in time? Spots out one, trying to crawl his way in. It's going to be down to the 1v1. Nade comes through. He needs to back Andy. Run away. Don't get hit by the nade. Readjust. It's now down to the 1v1. Andy is on fire as we speak, but the spray comes through. Where is he?
Oh, he gets it! Hiding in the grass. He spots him, puts a bullet in him and finishes it. Incredible work from Andy Pyro, staying alive so long, watching the houses, waiting for people to challenge. What a way to win that game. Amazing
Absolute
work.
beast.
Amazing plays, amazing shots.
Jesus Christ,
how
that
did he
guy.
cap that guy just in the grass?
Woo, woo, woo. Andy, you know what?
But you know what?
Damn.
To add to this, another team winning, this is just going to mess up the stats even further. I have no idea who has won this event.
Good luck, admins. Have fun. I'm not getting involved into that.
This shot, though, this final shot.
Word. I didn't see that guy. Imagine if he had the different colored level 2 helmet. That could have been different. You could have seen something different. That stood out, but Andy played out of his mind. Yeah, beautiful play from that boy. I don't know what more to say. We hadn't really seen him doing that sort of damage until this point, but he came alive. He played patiently. He decided to let Forsen die, and it clearly was the right choice.
He was on about 5 HP, maybe 1 minute previous to this. Stood his ground, got his health back, let his teammate die. But then again, it did pay off in the end because he saw 2 people beaming out of the house. He knew they had nowhere to go apart from in front of him. And when they were coming out of the house, given the position of the circle, they were going to be all kinds of damaged. That's just, yeah, incredible stuff from this man. That is a very well-fought battle and a very deserved victory in game number 3. But in the long term, in the long scheme of things, it may not necessarily be enough. But this table is going to be wild. Like people, we saw Luminosity dropping, we saw Cloud9 dropping. Who has done enough to be crowned champion here in the first-person duos?
Liquid pushed pretty hard there as well at the end. They had Scoom in there, still quite late, Moleman as well. There was a lot of players pushing at the very end to get good spots. With actually LG, well, some of Luminosity falling early, it's going to be a weird standing. As said, that was a really weird game coming out from Ninja. They got caught coming back in from George, which is such a shame. Imagine if they just got past, you know, Cake and those guys. That could have been them first place. But it is what it is. That was absolutely outstanding from everyone involved. Big moment for Andy as well. Coming into this, probably not as one of the players you'd instantly look at as like, all right, he's got to, you know, he's going to be winning this one. But no, he played absolutely sick. Here you go. You get to watch it again. That's what it's about. That's the feeling you get. Oh man, that's got to feel good for this guy.
And of course, losing his, you know, teammate. So they managed to stick together for quite some time, but then just letting him go and thinking, all right, I've unfortunately seen you die now, but there's a reason why I've seen you die. I've left you alone, and that's because I need to stay alive myself. I'm going to stand the ground here. I know where these people are. I'm sorry, my friend. Your life is worth this one. And it was indeed. It was worth the win. It got him the victory. But I'll tell you what else got him the victory. Those shots at the end, it was incredible. His pinpoint accuracy with the AKM, with the silencer. My God. Catching that guy at the end, just lying down in the grass. I can't believe it. What a fantastic shot. It was amazing. Very, very well thought out. Very well played. And we will get the final standings, and we will find out who is going to be crowned your victor at the end.
We are just waiting to find out as we speak. And yeah, we can have a little look down. I think they're just kind of mulling things over right now. You can see Andy there. Young guy, obviously. Just got to be feeling incredible for this guy at the moment. Hey, what's up guys? If you're wondering what's going on, we want to give you a quick update on some of the kind of, I guess, hot topics of the day. And we're joined by Sammy, who is the lead community manager, obviously, for Battlegrounds and everything you've seen throughout this week so far. But there's a couple of things that the community want to know about, obviously, and they've kind of brought up, and you want to give a bit of clarity on and kind of have a discussion with. Starting with it, I guess, communication was a big factor in this one.
Right. So I'm here today because there were some issues during this tournament that I wanted to explain to the community. First of all, this is our first offline event, and I think there was lack of communication on day one when players were playing in solo, and there were some players who had issues with their gears, and some had issues in the game, and that was not clearly communicated to us to make the decisions to restart the lobby. And I think that was very unfair, and we are truly sorry that there was lack of communication that was, that we didn't restart the lobby when some players were seeing some issues. We have fixed the issue, and we hope to, improve in the future. But I am sincerely sorry for the players who didn't get a chance to restart the game when it happened on day one.
Yeah, this is, I guess, a learning experience for everyone involved, right? So we're all kind of having to pick up the pace here and learn as we go. And then I guess the topic is of Bosphorus as well, and how that went down. We gave a little bit of information, but I can imagine you can kind of give us a little bit more clarity on that too, and maybe a bit of how it came from your perspective there as well.
So there was a bug in the leaderboard. All the stats were recorded correctly, but somehow it didn't show on screen correctly. So there was some confusion within the team, so that we thought Bosphorus was second place, but due to the ranking system we have for this event, they were actually third place. And we didn't clarify this in yesterday's stream enough, and then it was very confusing to the community and viewers because they thought, we just pushed them down for no reason. And I sincerely apologize that we did not address this clearly enough when we were on live stream yesterday.
Yeah, it does get pretty messy, but at least we kind of understand it now, and this is all a work in progress, I can imagine, right? In the next events, upcoming things, everything can change. This is all still very much in the making. Is there anything else you want to highlight while we have the time now?
So I just want to explain that this invitational was designed to celebrate the community from the beginning. And we still wanted to do it, although our game is in early access, because you watch videos of players playing our game, and they really enjoy it. And I heard so much feedback from the community that we need a PUBG Invitational, and I wanted to, there were only good intentions, and we do know there are some, critical bugs in the game, but we thought this would be a good opportunity to meet our community in Europe, because we never went to Europe to meet our fans and players. So we wanted to take this opportunity to, really reach out to more people and, invite players to enjoy the game. But obviously, this is our first time, and as the lead community manager who designed and planned this event, I feel responsible that our community owes an apology. And going forward, we hope to improve whatever we do with our players. And of course, I also heard from the community that a lot of players who are not part of Twitch or Mixer or YouTube want to participate and show their skills. And that's like something that we want to celebrate more. Definitely. And I do feel sorry that we didn't know we were going to have the community we have now a few months ago. So we want to apologize to those people who are disappointed, and we hope to improve a lot of the things in the future.
Yeah, for me, I've got to say as well, coming into this, we've seen some of the guys, even in the early days of the community, playing those open qualifiers, coming to this and winning it. So you do have a great community behind you guys. But obviously, speaking of everything that's been said and done, we still need to head to a very short break. But when we're back, we can celebrate the winners of this final game. We got to see the first-person perspective that I'm a fan of, by the way. She's very serious. I'm still very excited about first-person perspective being in this one. It's been a good day. We'll be back in just a sec to see who's won the event and catch up on all the information.
earlier. If Mike...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gamescom Invitational for Battlegrounds, and we are about to do the final trophies of the first-person duos. It's been an incredible matchup. We saw how hyped things really can get, and I'll tell you what, Pansy, all in all, how it's all panned out, it's just been an absolute just a real treat to not only watch, but cast also.
Yeah, it's been incredible, and we've seen some amazing moments from these guys. For me right now, my MVP for at least today has been Andy. That final game from him was outstanding. I'm pretty sure the performance he put up basically took them to the top 3 here. Nothing more to be said than that. Obviously, Forzen there alongside him. Just keeping Twitch chat happy? No, I'm kidding. No, Forzen did really well. And they actually did so well to get to this position and put up the numbers they've done. And then moving into the guys that I guess everyone's loving seeing, the Copenhagen Flames. These guys were the part of the qualifiers.
Yep.
They were the ones in the kind of second place position when it was down between them and Cloud9 in those fields, in the wheat, prone down, this incredibly tense moment. Great stuff from them. Considering they came into this, they looked cool, calm, collected. They played the game well. But overall, credit where it's due to the Cloud9 guys. Chappie played brilliantly as well. They both did. Each and every one of these guys did very, very nicely for themselves. And considering, people give Cloud9 a bit of grief about the first and third person, saying, they prefer third. They've come in and proven they can play both. They are just talented at this game. And that's something to be very proud of. And you can walk away happy with that sort of performance and what you've done here. That's a great lot of money as well, bear in mind. This isn't all for free. You get a fair chunk of cash for this one. So well done to them for putting up a great performance.
So there's Andy Pyro and Forza Never Lucky will take third place. Moving into second place, as Pansy mentioned, this is Copenhagen Flames. That's going to be Avenge and Pony Rider. And then finally, Cloud9. They sealed the deal. They were playing absolutely stellar work in game number 2. And they claim a victory. They walk home with $30,000. Going to be Chappy and solid FPS. Amazing work by these two young gentlemen.
Yeah, no, they played so well. Credit where it's due. They definitely stepped up. They showed longevity in how they played. They just really nailed it from what I loved watching. And they're just such good players. First, third, it doesn't matter. They have the ability throughout. And I want one of those frying pans.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind one of those, to be honest with you. It all depends. I mean...
So I live down the road. I can just take it back with me. They've got to put that in a suitcase.
I tell you what, they're weighty. They're cast iron, them bad boys. They are... Oof. They are what's in game, if, you know.
Yeah, no trying that around the back of the head, boys. Let's be all nice and...
I don't think it's going to make a dink. It's going to do damage.
No, they do look amazing. But this is going to be a great mode for the Cloud9 guys. They've delivered in the mode that people thought they wouldn't be so good at, but they've shown they have abilities throughout this game. Guys, on stage, this is going to be a great moment for Chappy and the Cloud9 boys.
Doing an interview with, once again, Chappy and Solid FPS from Cloud9. How do you guys feel?
Fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic.
So after winning the second game, which we already talked to you about that earlier, did you expect to be able to come home with a prize after the game number 3?
We just knew that we had to